All Gas and Gaiters. The Bishop buys a mug. Starring Robertson Hare, William Mervyn, John Barron, and Jonathan Cecil, with this week's special guests, Joan Sanderson as Mrs. Hugh Critchley and Eric Chitty as Canon Hodges. It is Saturday afternoon, and in the study of his palace, the bishop is lovingly washing his collection of coronation mugs, helped by his domestic chaplain.
Is that the Staffordshire William IV?
Yes, my lord.
Oh, isn't it beautiful?
Yes, my lord. Is that clock fast?
I've no idea. This was the first coronation mug I ever bought, you know, Duke. I got it when I was a curate for 5 shillings.
I really think I ought to go and change, my lord.
Oh, Duke, what are you fussing about?
The ramble, my lord. I don't want to be late.
What ramble?
But I told you, my lord, it's the St. Og's Rovers spring ramble this afternoon. You said I could go.
Oh, yes, of course, Duke, of course. Just finish washing the Doulton Edward VII, and we'll put them away.
Right, my lord. Here you are.
Thank you, Duke. You know, Duke, I'm not given to boasting, but I really can't say that I know anyone who has a better collection of mugs than this.
What about Canon Hodges at Hawley, my lord?
Well, old Hodges. Oh, I'd hardly call that a collection. He hasn't got one good piece.
Oh, how funny you should say that.
Funny? Why is it funny?
Because he said exactly the same about your collection the other day.
Oh, did he? Well, I think he'll soon regret those words, Newt.
Why, my lord?
Because of something I've seen recently, Newt. Something I've searched for years. A beautiful Minton earthenware Edward VIII mug.
But he wasn't crowned.
Oh, but they made this beautiful mug, and I know someone who has a very fine specimen.
Oh, and have you asked to buy it?
No, Newt, it's not quite as simple as that.
Oh, you mean this person doesn't want to sell?
Well, let me say that if he knew I wanted it, he might not want to sell it to me.
Oh, is it someone who doesn't like you, my lord?
Well, you could put it like that, Newt, yes.
Then, what will you do?
Well, I intend to do all I can to make him like me, Newt. Go and answer the front door, will you?
But I'm already late for the ramble, my lord.
Oh, very well, Newt. I'll do it myself. You go upstairs and change.
Oh, thank you, my lord.
All right, come in, come in. Oh, my dear Dean.
Good afternoon, my lord.
What a pleasant surprise. Won't you come in, Dean?
Thank you, my lord. Though whether you will think my visit so pleasant when you hear its purpose is doubtful.
But what is the matter, Dean?
The visiting preacher, my lord. I'm afraid I must insist that you give him lunch tomorrow.
Me, Dean?
Yes. My wife and I have entertained the preachers for far too long. It is high time that you bore your share of the burden.
Oh, my dear Dean, it will give me the greatest pleasure.
You agree?
Well, certainly. Surely you know you only have to ask me for anything.
What?
You seem surprised, Dean.
Frankly, my lord, I am.
I can't think why.
Because when I mentioned this matter to you some time ago, you took a very different attitude.
Oh, nonsense, my dear Dean. You must have misunderstood me. Please tell the visiting preacher I shall be delighted to see him for luncheon tomorrow.
Thank you, my lord. I am most grateful.
My dear Dean, you know, you and I have a duty to set an example of cooperation to the cathedral and to the diocese at large. We must blaze a path.
Of course, my lord, yes, of course. To be frank, I had a particular reason for this request. My wife and I are spring cleaning, and we are anxious to dismantle the dining room. The stock furnishings must go to the cleaners, and they have a special offer of reduced terms this week.
Oh, say no more, Dean. I fully understand. Now you are here. Why don't you come in for a moment?
Oh, thank you, no, my lord. I must hurry back to my wife. She is expecting me.
Yes, of course. Don't let me keep you. I can imagine how keen you must be to join such a charming lady.
We're only going to finish papering the cloakroom, my lord. Good afternoon.
Allow me to open the door for you, Dean.
Thank you, my lord. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
That's all, my lord.
My dear, what have have you got on?
Only my rambling clothes, my lord, my shorts and anorak.
Yes, but that thing on your head.
Oh, my little woolly hat. Yes, rather jolly, isn't it?
That's one way to describe it, certainly.
Right. Well, I'll be off, my lord.
No, Newt, I'm afraid you won't.
Why not?
Because you've got to go shopping instead.
But I'm supposed to be at HQ at 14:30
Well, never mind about that, Newt. We are entertaining the visiting preacher to lunch tomorrow.
We are, my lord, but why?
Because the Dean has asked me, Newt. And if the Dean asks me, how can I refuse?
Well, you always have before. You said he gets the allowance and he can do the work. You said you weren't going to be pushed around. I mean,
Newt, you heard what I said?
but I shall miss the ramble.
I realize it's very hard on you, Newt, but rest assured I have my reasons.
Well, frankly, my lord, I think I'm entitled to know what they are.
Very well. Now, tell me, have you ever been in the Dean's bathroom?
Yes, my lord. When we had lunch at the deanery and Mrs. Pugh Critchley made that trifle.
Well, then you noticed the Dean's tooth mug.
No, I didn't. I was feeling too ill.
What a pity, Newt, because if you had, you would have seen it is an Edward VIII Minton earthware coronation mug.
So that's where you've seen it.
Yes, Newt, now you understand how imperative it is that we do not offend the Dean.
I understand. I'm going to miss my ramble, my lord.
Oh, my dear Newt, no great collection has ever been formed without some sacrifice.
But I've been looking forward to this for weeks.
Well, if you hurry, you'll be in time.
I suppose I might. We're starting with a pre-ramble powwow. If I cut that, I might just get there in time for the move.
Yes, of course you will, Newt. It won't take you long to change.
Why should I change?
Well, as my chaplain, you can hardly go shopping dressed like that.
But if I change, I shall be late for the move-off.
Sometimes, Newt, I wonder if your heart is really in your job.
Well, what am I going to buy?
You go upstairs and change, and I'll make out a shopping list.
Oh, very well.
Oh, who can that be? Oh, Henry, dear old friend, come on in.
Thank you, Bishop. I've got a bit of news for you.
And I've got some for you. Yesterday, Henry, for the first time, I went into the Dean's bathroom.
You did, Bishop?
And Henry, you know, I think I could say it was the most exciting moment of my life.
In what way, particularly?
Because, Henry, as soon as I opened the door, there it was, facing me.
Really? I thought it was round the corner to the right.
No, I mean, a coronation mug, a Minton Edward VIII earthenware coronation mug.
Oh, has he got one too?
What do you mean, too? They're very rare.
Oh, they can't be, Bishop.
I tell you they are. I've never seen one.
Well, I have.
You have? When?
10 minutes ago, in that shop in Fish Street.
What? The antique shop?
Yes, it's in the window. That's what I came to tell you.
Henry, how splendid. This means I don't have to try and get the Dean to sell me his. Yeah. You're sure you're not mistaken?
I went in and checked, Bishop.
But supposing he sells it?
Oh, he won't do that. He said only one person in Snogs would be interested in it.
Ah, he meant me, of course, didn't he, Henry?
No, Bishop. He meant Canon Hodges.
What? Oh, come on, Henry.
Where are we going?
To the antique shop, of course. We've got to get that mug before Hodges sees it. Come on.
Coming, Bishop.
Come along in, Henry, old friend.
Thank you, Bishop.
Oh, 3 o'clock. That didn't take long, did it? Hey, Newton, what are you doing sitting on the stairs?
Waiting for you, my lord.
For me? Whatever for?
Waiting for your shopping list.
Oh, never mind about that, Newt. Look, do you see what this is?
Yes, my lord. A mug.
The mug, Newt. It's the mug. The Minton Edward VIII.
Oh, the Dean's given it to you, has he?
No, Henry found this one in an antique shop, and we've just seized it from under the nose of Canon Hodges. Oh, my word, that was a brilliant piece of strategy, Henry.
Not bad, was it, Bishop?
You won't believe this, Newt, but we just turned the corner in Fish Street, and there was old Hodges with his nose glued to the window of the shop, and this mug sitting there looking at him. Oh, don't mind telling you, Henry, that was one of the worst moments of my life.
A bit tricky, Bishop.
Oh, it certainly was, but you'll never guess what we did, Newt. The Archdeacon strolled over the road and started chatting to him, while I, under cover of a convenient meat lorry, nipped round behind into the shop without Hodges seeing me and bought the mug. Now, what do you think of that?
Not much, my lord.
I beg your pardon?
Making me change and miss the ramble while all the time you've been into the town and done the shopping yourself. I think it's very inconsiderate.
But I haven't done the shopping.
Then what's the visiting preacher going to eat tomorrow?
Well, that's the Dean's problem, Luke.
You said we were going to entertain him.
Oh, did I? Well, I've changed my mind. We've no need to bother with that anymore. I'll ring the Dean and tell him.
Ah, right, my lord. Do you know, I might just be in time for the move-off after all.
Of course you will if you hurry.
I'll just rush upstairs and get back into my rambling clothes.
Yes, that's right. What will you tell the Dean, Bishop? Oh, I'll think of something, Henry. Now, who can that be? Go on into the study, Henry, and take this mug with you. Right-o, Bishop. Oh, Dean! What an enormous parcel. Oh, is it for me?
No, my lord. I'm on my way to the cleaners.
Oh, you've dismantled your dining room already, have you?
Completely, my lord. We have removed the table and furniture, rolled up the carpet and underfelt for collection on Monday. My wife is cleaning the lampshades and pictures, and I have here in this parcel the curtains and chair covers. The room is completely bare.
Goodness, that was quick.
On occasions such as this, my wife and I pride ourselves on our teamwork.
Oh, yes, of course, Dean.
As a matter of fact, there is something I wish to ask you.
What is it?
May I put this parcel down? It's rather heavy.
Oh, yes, Dean, of course you can.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, my lord. Emboldened by your earlier remark...
what do you mean when I offered to have the visiting preacher to lunch?
When you spoke so generously of our duty, my lord.
Oh, that. Well, what of it?
Well, I was telling my wife how you spoke of our setting an example of cooperation to the cathedral and the diocese at large, and she suggested that you might care to help us out of a temporary difficulty.
Oh, what is that, Dean?
Tomorrow's lunch, my lord. We have nowhere to eat.
What? Oh, you mean because you've dismantled the dining room?
Yes.
Well, how can I help?
My wife and I were wondering, as you are already entertaining the visiting preacher, whether two more would overstrain your resources.
Well, yes, Steve, but I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid it's out of the question.
We should not wish to impose.
Oh, it's not that, Dean. You see, the whole thing is off. I can't even have the visiting preacher either.
But you agreed to. You can't go back on it now.
Oh, but I must, you see, Dean, because I haven't got anything for him to eat. My chaplain is busy rambling or something, and there's no one to go shopping.
But how can we entertain him now that we've dismantled our dining room?
Well, I can only suggest that you mantle it again, Dean. I should take those things straight home and hang them up.
Oh, this is all most inconvenient. But the cleaners, their free offer ends today.
Well, I'm very sorry about it, Dean, but there it is.
It'll take a long time to put the dining room back as it was.
Oh, surely not, Dean. Remember, you pride yourselves on your teamwork.
My wife is not going to like this, my lord. I hardly know how to break it to her.
Well, you know what they say, Dean. Bad news is best broken quickly. Good afternoon. Oh, Henry, where is it? Where's the mug?
Here, Bishop.
Oh, just look at it, Henry. Isn't it beautiful? How could anyone with a soul use a beautiful thing like this for cleaning his teeth?
A bit risky, Bishop.
Risky? Oh, Henry, don't. The thought is appalling. Just imagine, Henry, one day when he's there cleaning his teeth and not really concentrating, thinking about one of his interminable sermons or something while he's rinsing his teeth, and then he puts it down on the edge of the wash basin and he lets go with that. Bishop, is it broken? Oh, Henry, look. My Edwin the 8th Minton mug. But can't it be mended? For cleaning teeth, possibly, but not for my collection. Oh, Bishop, what will you do? What can I do, Henry? Oh, well, I suppose I'll just have to start working on the Dean all over again.
Right, well, I'm off.
Off where?
To the ramble, my lord. I should just meet them at Catesby for tea and prayer.
Oh, all right, off you go.
Thank you, my lord. By the way, how did the Dean take the news?
What news?
That he's got to have Canon Hodges for lunch tomorrow.
Who said he has?
You did, my lord. You said now you've got that mug, the Dean would have to entertain him after all.
What? You mean Canon Hodges is a visiting preacher?
Yes, my lord.
How do you know?
He told me when I saw him last week.
What? But But we can't let him go to the deanery.
He might see the Dean's mug, Bishop.
Precisely, Henry. If he goes up to the bathroom, and he's almost certain to want to, it's too terrible to contemplate. Quick, we must telephone the Dean. Canon Hodges must come here. We must insist upon it.
But we haven't got any food.
Oh, no, we have. Quick, Newt, go and buy something.
But I shall miss tea and prayer.
Never mind that. Do what I say at once. Get a joint of beef, potatoes, Brussels sprouts, and anything else you can think of.
I suppose I better go and change again.
Oh, no, there's no time for that.
But I thought you said it...
Don't
that I...
think, Newt, act.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, hello. Dean? Dean, there's been a new development. Yes. I find my chaplain has done the shopping, so I can have the visiting preacher to lunch after all. But Dean, I thought you wanted me to entertain him.
What's he say, Bishop?
He's being typically uncooperative, Henry. But Dean, it won't take a moment to dismantle it again. But I want you prided yourselves on your teamwork. Oh, good. Well done, Dean. Thank you. That's settled. Just ask him to come straight over to the palace after Matin. Oh, really, the fuss people do make, Henry. Newt, have you got everything?
No, my lord, I haven't got anything.
Why not?
I just looked at the time. It's too late. The shops are shut.
What?
Bishop, what shall we do?
Oh, I don't know now, Henry.
Would you like me to ring the Dean and ask him to entertain Canon Hodges, my lord?
Oh, Newt, would you mind?
Of course not, my lord.
Oh, and Newt.
Yes, my lord.
Would you ask him, as he is entertaining Canon Hodges, if 3 more would overstrain his resources?
But, Bishop, we don't want to have lunch at the deanery.
Oh, no, my lord. Remember the last time, that trifle.
Well, I'm very sorry, Newt. You'll have to have it. We have no choice. Somehow we have got to stop Canon Hodges seeing the Dean's tooth mug.
Do hope, dear lady, that this is not putting you out.
Not at all, Bishop. I must warn you, the portions will be rather small.
A case of the loaves and fishes, eh?
Hardly, Archdeacon. There's no bread. Excuse me, I must take this into the dining room.
Are we supposed to wait here in the hall, do you think?
There isn't anywhere else. The drawing room is under dust sheets.
Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize.
We're trying to do our spring cleaning, you know. Excuse me.
Bishop,
What is it, Henry?
I get the feeling we are not welcome.
Never mind about that, Henry. Just remember, both of you, what you've got to do.
You mean keep going to the bathroom?
Come in, Hodges, come in.
Thank you, Dean.
Oh, you are here already, my lord.
Oh, yes, Dean, yes. After such a kind invitation, we didn't want to be late. Good morning, Hodges.
Good morning, my lord. Archdeacon, we meet again.
Have you two met recently?
Yes, Dean, just by chance.
I have since wondered if chance had much to do with that meeting, Archdeacon.
Indeed? Where did you meet?
Outside the antique shop in Fish Street.
Yes, what about luncheon?
Well, what about it, my lord?
Well, I just thought that Hodges might be hungry after his sermon.
Grace, my love.
Yes, that all? Oh, good morning, Canon Hodges. Good morning, Mrs. Pugh Critchley. This is very kind of you to entertain me when you are spring cleaning. It's a pleasure to entertain you, Canon.
His lordship was asking if lunch is ready, my love.
Was he? You all go into the dining room, my lord. I'll bring in what little there is.
Yes, right. Then let's go in. Oh, wait. First, does anyone wish to go to the bathroom?
Oh, well, as a matter of fact...
I do. Oh, do you? I'm afraid the cloakroom is out of commission. Would you mind going upstairs, Hodges?
Well, perhaps Newt would prefer to go first.
Oh, no, Canon.
Newt!
Thank you.
Well, gentlemen, if you will come this way.
Thank you, Dean.
My lord, I'm afraid the other dining chairs are at the upholsterers, but I have found this bench. Now, if you will sit here, and the archdeacon on the other end of it by my wife, your chaplain can sit in the middle when he joins us.
Oh, yes, of course, Dean. Anything whatever is most convenient.
Frankly, my lord, none of it is convenient.
Here we are. Tuft, breast of lamb. I hope you like it, Canon.
Yes, indeed. Shall we wait for your chaplain, my lord?
Oh, I think not, Dean. He's likely to be up there for some time.
Oh, is he? Oh, dear me. No, very well. I will say grace. For what we are about to receive, may the Lord make us truly thankful.
Amen.
Shall we sit down?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, yes, I should perhaps have warned you, Archdeacon. It is necessary for you both to sit simultaneously, or the bench tips up.
So I noticed, Dean. Are you all right there, old Henry? Just about, Bishop. The floor is rather hard.
I'm sorry, but the carpet is waiting to be cleaned.
Yes, of course, dear lady. Now then, Henry, you're ready. We'd better sit down together. 1, 2, 3, sit. There. Now, what were you saying, Dean?
I wasn't, my lord.
And tell me, Canon, what was your sermon about?
Forgiveness.
And were you pleased with it?
Not very. I didn't feel my heart was really in it. Now, this is for you, Hodges.
Oh, thank you.
In fact, I shall preach on a different theme this evening at Hawley.
Oh, what do you have in mind?
I haven't decided yet. Now, help yourself to potatoes.
Thank you.
If you cut the big one in half, Canon, they'll go round.
My lord?
Thank you. Thank you, Dean.
There. I hope this is not too much meat for you, Archdeacon.
No, I think I'll manage, Dean.
A potato, my lord?
Thank you, dear lady.
Grace, my love?
Thank you, Namo.
A potato, Henry. You'll need one.
Thank you, Bishop. Mrs. Pew Critchley?
Thank you, my lord. Don't wait, Canon.
Thank you.
Oh, dear me. We mustn't forget your chaplain, my lord.
Oh, don't worry about him. I expect he'll be in the bathroom for some time yet, Dean.
Oh, will he? Oh, dear. Nevertheless, he will presumably want some lunch when he does come out. Archdeacon.
Yes, Dean?
I appear to have been overgenerous.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
I must ask you to return some of your meat.
If you say so, Dean.
Thank you.
Not at all. Look, at last. You've been quick.
Well, there didn't seem much point in staying longer, my lord.
If you will excuse me, Henry, quick, go on. I must go to the bathroom. Oh, must you, Archdeacon? Yes, I'm afraid I must. Go on quickly, Henry. Get up. Right, Bishop.
Be careful of the bench, Archdeacon. Too late, I'm afraid.
Crikey Moses!
Bishop.
Oh, my lord, what are you doing on the floor?
What does it look as if I'm doing, Luke? Don't worry about me, Henry. Go on, get to the bathroom, quickly.
I'm afraid he will have to wait, my lord.
Well, of course he mustn't wait. You can't wait, can you, Henry? Not possibly.
I'm afraid you will have to, Archdeacon. Canon Hodges has gone to the bathroom.
What? But he mustn't. He can't.
I think he must be the best judge of that, my lord. Now, do let us all sit down.
Where am I to sit, Dean?
Oh, there, Newt. And here is your plate. Now, please hurry.
Oh, thank you, Dean. Yes, right.
If you'll excuse me, I'll clear these things away and bring in the pudding.
Pudding. Oh. Is there a pudding?
Yes, Archdeacon. I've made one of my trifles.
Why have you stopped eating, Newt?
I suddenly don't feel hungry, Dean.
Oh, well, then, let me help you clear these things, my love. Come on. Excuse me, gentlemen.
Newt, why didn't you stay up there like I told you?
I didn't think it was necessary, my lord.
Not necessary? Of course it's necessary. Look what's happened. He's up there now with that mug.
But, my lord... What?
Where is our host?
Why? Do you want to ask him to sell you his tooth mug?
His tooth mug? Why should I want to buy his tooth mug, my lord?
Oh, don't try and fool me, Hodges, because it is a Minton Edwin VIII coronation mug.
No, surely not, my lord.
No, it is.
Very well, my lord, if you say so.
And I saw it first, and I insist that you keep out of this.
Like you did yesterday, my lord?
Well, that was different. Quite different.
Was it? I see. But, my lord, if you already have one, why do you want the dean's as well?
Well, because, that
His
was...
lordship had an accident.
You've broken it?
Yes.
Yeah, dear me, that does alter things.
Here we are with the trifle. Dean, I want to ask you a favor.
You do, my lord?
Another favor, Bishop?
Yes. I've been talking to Hodges here, and it seems we both want to buy your tooth mug. My tooth mug?
But why, my lord?
Yeah, never mind why. The point is that we both want it.
Really? Won't you have some trifle, my lord?
Oh, thank you. No.
Newt, plenty of trifle for you because you missed the first call.
No, thank you. No, I don't know.
Yes, of course you must.
Yes, I made it specially for you, Newt.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I remember how much you said you enjoyed it last time.
There you are, Newt.
Oh, how kind, Dean. Thank you.
Hodges, now, what are you prepared to give?
What are you prepared to give, my lord?
£10. Gracious me.
Oh, I shouldn't do that.
Be quiet, Newt. Get on with your trifle.
Supposing I said I'd give 12, my lord.
15.
Oh, you really shouldn't.
And if I said 20,
25. Now, beat that.
I pass. It's yours, my lord.
Oh, splendid. Quick, go and get it for me, will you, Dean?
£25 for my tooth mug. Is this a joke?
Indeed it is not, Dean.
But there is nothing special about my tooth mug.
There may not be to you, Dean, but there is to me.
But I cannot possibly accept money for this tooth mug.
Now, Dean, now, remember our new resolution, our duty to cooperate. Surely if I want to give you £25 for it, you cannot refuse.
Yes, well, if you put it like that, my lord.
Oh, I do. Please, go and get it, and I'll write you a check.
Very well, if you insist, my lord. Excuse me, gentlemen.
Well, Hodges, it looks as if the best man won.
Yes, my lord, it does. Will you excuse me? I have to go and prepare my sermon for evensong.
Of course, Canon. I quite understand.
Oh, and have you decided what theme to preach on?
Yes, my lord. Retribution.
Here is my tooth mug, my lord.
No, Dean, I don't mean that plastic one. The Edward VIII coronation mug.
I don't have a coronation mug.
But you do. I saw it in your bathroom on Friday.
Yes, my lord. But I sold it yesterday morning.
Sold it? Who to?
The antique shop in Fish Street.
Oh.
It was to help pay for the reupholstery of our dining chairs. We shall be able to have all the chairs done now, my love.
You knew, Hodges. You knew all the time. You knew that it wasn't an Edward VIII.
Well, I told you it wasn't, my lord. Well, I must go and write my sermon.
What text are you using?
An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Or should it be a tooth mug, my lord? Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Why didn't you tell me, Newt? You went up there.
Oh, I tried to, my lord. And if you'll excuse me, I've got to go up there again.
Nonsense. There's no need now.
Yes, there is, my lord. Every need. That trifle.
No.
The tooth mug, my lord, if I could have your check.
Yes. That is, I haven't got my pen, Dean.
Allow me to lend you mine.
Thank you.
Oh, this is really most generous of you, my lord, and I really feel that this heralds a new era in our association. As you so rightly say, we have a duty to set an example of cooperation with the people and the diocese of ours. We must save the past.
In that episode of All Gas and Gaiters, the parts were played as follows. The Archdeacon, Robertson Hare, the Bishop, William Mervyn, the Dean, John Barron, the Chaplain, Jonathan Cecil, Mrs. Pew Critchley, Joan Sanderson, Canon Hodges, Eric Chitty. The Bishop Buys a Mug was written for television and adapted for radio by Pauline Devaney and Edwin Apps. The program was produced by John Dias.
We present All Gas and Gaiters.
The bishop loses his chaplain.
Starring Robertson Hare, William Mervyn, John Barron, and Jonathan Cecil.
With this week's special guest, Joan Sanderson, as Mrs. Pew Critchley. It's morning, and as usual, the Palace of St. Og's is a hive of activity, with the Bishop's chaplain, the Reverend Mervyn Newt, up to his ears in the visitation returns.
Oh, dear. Coming. Oh, Dean, it's you.
Who did you suppose it was, Newt?
The man to collect the bishop's television set.
He's decided to get rid of it at last. Good.
No. It's broken down and it's going to be mended.
Pity. I had hoped my recent sermon on the subject might have had more effect.
Oh, was that when you described television as a permanent source of moral infection and an open drain?
Yes, it has been widely reported. I even received a warm letter from Mrs. Mary Whitehouse. Is the bishop in?
I'm afraid not.
Pity I can't wait. My wife has asked me to do some shopping. We have our niece staying with us.
How very nice for you.
That remains to be seen. It means a great deal of extra work, and a young girl under one's roof is a heavy responsibility.
Can I give the bishop a message?
If you would, Newt. Tell him my wife will be calling on him shortly.
Oh, right.
She will be coming to present my niece. Between ourselves, we are introducing her to the life of the close.
When should we expect them?
In about half an hour. They're having a very social day. They will be going to lunch with the presenter's mother.
Well, I'll tell the bishop as soon as he gets back from the staff bureau.
Staff bureau? What's he doing there?
Getting a typist.
Indeed? I cannot afford a typist.
Well, frankly, the bishop didn't think he could. But his bank statement came this morning, and he's got £50 more than he thought.
£50? Well, that won't go far.
Oh, but we're only having a temporary typist.
£50 would be better donated to the Fabric Fund.
No, Dean. I'm very sorry, but I've got to have a typist.
But you type quite competently.
No, it's not that. It's the pressure of work. We're in the middle of the visitation returns, and I simply can't cope. So the bishop has promised me a girl to clear the backlog.
What a pity I didn't know. My niece could have helped you.
Can she type?
She is at a secretarial college.
But she won't want to work if she's on holiday, surely.
In my opinion, these holidays are far too long. Young women become bored.
Do they?
Then they start watching television, and before you know where you are, there's mischief about.
Well, it's too late now. The bishop's gone to the agency.
Most unfortunate.
Well, I really must get back to work.
Yes, of course. Oh, Luke.
Yes, Dean?
Where would you buy a tin?
What sort of tin?
A large tin.
At the ironmonger's?
That's what I thought. But my wife has written on this shopping list, go to the baker's and buy a large tin.
Could it be a mistake?
Yes, of course. The strain of all this social life. Well, you mustn't keep me chatting like this. Good morning.
Good morning, Dean. Now, I must get back to my work. Let me see. Oh, dear. More interruptions. I suppose this will be the TV man.
Morning, Newt.
Oh, Archdeacon. I thought you were going to ring Mole today.
So I am. But I thought I'd just call for a chat to see me on the way.
Oh, look, well, I'm afraid you can't have a glass of sherry. The bishop's out.
Oh, where's he gone?
To look for a girl.
A girl? Whatever for?
For me, Archdeacon.
What do you want a girl for?
I can't manage without one any longer.
As bad as that, is it?
Well, yes, you see, it's the pressure. It builds up and up. You've no idea what it's like.
I wouldn't say that.
But you must excuse me. I've got a lot of work to do.
Oh, of course. See you this evening.
You'll be coming round, will you?
No, rather. I want to see your girl.
But she won't be here in the evening, Archdeacon.
Oh, won't she?
No, she'll be working strictly office hours.
Really?
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must get back to my work.
All right, Newt. See you later.
Well, yes, oh, yes, here we are.
Luke, I'm back.
Oh, yes.
There you are. I see the television people haven't been yet.
No, my lord, but the Dean called.
What did he want?
Well, they've got their niece staying with them, and Mrs. Pugh Critchley will be calling to present her to you.
Well, she needn't have bothered. I've met her.
Have you?
Yes, she was here a couple of years ago.
Oh, what's she like?
A giraffe in a frock.
Oh, my lord. I don't think it's very nice to notice people's personal appearance.
In her case, Newt, you can hardly help but notice it.
But what's she like as a person?
Every inch her uncle's niece.
Crumbs.
Yes, precisely, Newt.
Well, my lord, how did you get on?
Splendid. You know, my word, there were a lot of people out shopping.
Yes, but were you successful?
Most successful, Newt. They were very helpful.
At the agency?
No, at the television showroom. I called about my old set.
Oh, I see.
Yes, and they were demonstrating colour television. You ever seen it, Newt?
No, my lord.
Oh, it's really most impressive. Apparently, the reception is very good at St. Ogg's.
But how did you get on at the agency, my lord?
Oh, I didn't go to the agency.
You didn't?
No, there was no point.
Oh, no point?
No. I realized that we cannot afford a typist.
Well, what about the £50?
Well, that's accounted for, Newt.
But it can't be.
I'm afraid it is.
No, we went through everything before you left. The gas bill, the electricity, the rate.
Nevertheless, Newt, there is one expense we did not consider.
Well, I'd like to know what it is. I really would like to know what it is.
Well, answer that, will you, Newt?
Yes, of course. Yes?
Morning. TV?
Of course. Will you come in?
Right.
The set's here on the table. What set you got?
Your new set.
New set? Well, I'm having a new set.
It says here, 19-inch colour for the Bishop of St. Ogg's.
Colour? That must be a mistake. Excuse me. My lord?
Yes, who is he?
A man, my lord. He's brought a colour set, and he says that you ordered it.
That's right. Tell him to bring it in here.
But my lord, colour television, isn't that dreadfully expensive?
No. Not with the new easy payment plan. I only had to put down £50.
£50? What £50?
Well, I told you there was one expense that we hadn't considered.
Oh, my lord, how could you? You promised to spend that money on a typist.
Well, I don't know about promise.
You promised. You gave me your promise and you've broken it.
Oh, don't be so anxious, Newt.
Anxious? I'm not being anxious. I just happen to think people shouldn't break promises.
Keep your voice down. We don't want that man to hear.
I don't care who hears. People should keep their promises.
Sorry to interrupt, but do you want that TV or not?
Oh, yes, of course. Please bring it in.
Okay, I'll carry it in.
And what about the visitation return?
Well, what about them?
Well, how are they going to be finished?
Well, they certainly won't be finished by you standing talking here, Newt. If you're worried about them, I suggest you get back to work.
Well, all I got to say...
Now, Newt. Please get back to your typewriter.
Very well, my lord.
Thank you.
Where do you want this set put?
Oh, here, please. In the corner.
Is there a plug?
Yes. Beside the fireplace.
Thanks. Right, I'll have to move this sofa.
My lord?
Yes, Newt?
Please read this.
What is it?
My resignation.
What? What does this mean?
It means I'm going up to my bedroom to pack. Excuse me.
Newt!
Yes, my lord?
Unlock this door at once.
It is unlocked, my lord.
Oh, yes, so it is. Now, Newt, what is all this nonsense?
It's not nonsense.
Then what are you doing?
Packing, my lord. Excuse me.
Newt, you can't walk out on me without warning.
You should have thought of that, my lord, before you broke your
Oh,
promise.
but Newt, it's so trivial.
There is nothing trivial about typing the visitation return.
Oh, really, Newt, I wouldn't have believed that you could be so petty, making such a fuss about a bit. Now, Newt, let's talk about this sensibly. Newt. Oh, my boy. Mervyn. I'm sorry. I apologize. I mean, if you want a typist, Newt, you shall have one.
Promise?
Yes.
How will you pay her?
Oh, well, we should just have to make economies.
What economies?
Well, I don't know, but I'm sure we can think of some. If Newt, you will stop all this nonsense.
Well.
Now, I tell you what major expenses have we got this year? Now, come along. Come and sit down on the bed beside me, and we'll talk it all over.
Now, you're buying me a new suit.
Yes. Now, do you really need it?
Well, my old one's threadbare.
Yes, but can't it last a bit longer?
Well, yes, I suppose it can.
Good. Well, there you are, you see. That will be saving something.
Yes, £25.
No, Newt, 16.
You said it was going to cost 25.
I said it would look as if it cost 25. What about the laundry bills? Can we cut down on a few of them?
Well, I suppose I could wash my own shirt.
What a good idea. Now, that'll save about another £10 at least. What other luxuries have we?
Sherry, my lord. You could cut out sherry.
I might be able to, Newt, but the Archdeacon certainly couldn't. What about your drinking chocolate?
Well, I must confess, I'm rather fond of drinking chocolate.
Yes, but you must make your share of the sacrifices.
Very well, my lord.
Now, let's see. Now, you see, that's 16, 10, and say £5 for the drinking chocolate, £31. I think we should get a girl for a fortnight for that.
Oh, thank you, my lord.
That's all right. All right, Newt, all right. I'll go and telephone the staff bureau immediately.
But there's no need, my lord. The Dean's niece is a typist.
The Dean's niece?
Yes, he suggested she could help.
Oh, did he indeed? Well, I can tell you, Newt, I'm not having that great giraffe lolloping all over my house.
Oh, yes, I'd forgotten she was a giraffe.
I'll put up with a lot, Newt, but I'm not standing for that. Oh, go and answer the front door. Please. I'll just go into the study and see how that fellow's getting on with my television.
Right, my lord. Coming. Ah, Mrs. Pugh Critchley.
Good morning, Newt. I've called to see the bishop.
Have you brought your giraffe?
I beg
Your niece. The Dean said you'd be bringing your niece.
Of course I have. She's there. Felicity, where are you?
Here, Aunt Ray. Hello.
Oh. Hello.
Felicity, this is Mr. Newt, the bishop's chaplain.
How do you do, Mr. Newt?
Oh, how do you do? Won't you come in?
Thank you.
Who is it, Newt?
Ah, Bishop, do you know my niece?
Yes, but... Oh, yes, well, that is... do I? Usedn't you to be taller?
Of course not. You must have met our other niece, Prudence.
Oh.
I'm Felicity.
Such a charming name.
Yes, and now I look at you, I see you're not a bit like Prudence.
Unfortunately, Prudence couldn't come to stay. She's a very sweet girl.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm delighted to meet you, my dear.
Thank you, Bishop.
It makes a difference, doesn't it, my lord?
What, Newt?
There not being any giraffes about.
What is all this about giraffes?
Oh, nothing, madam, nothing. No, the Dean mentioned to my chaplain that Miss Pugh Critchley...
Felicity.
Yes, that's Felicity is at a secretarial college, and my chaplain wondered if you'd care to come and do some typing for him, my dear.
Oh, is this a proposition?
It certainly is.
She can't work. She's on holiday.
Well, young women get bored on holiday, you know.
They certainly do.
But I've been to a great deal of trouble to see this young woman isn't bored. She has a list of engagements that will keep her busy morning and afternoon for a fortnight.
How about the evening?
Yes, I'm free in the evening.
You wouldn't mind us working in the evenings, would you, my lord?
Oh, no, of course not.
Then it's settled. When do I start?
Well, what's wrong with this evening?
You don't waste much time, do you?
I try not to.
But we're having dinner with the Chancellor this evening.
Well, I'll come on here after dinner.
You can't. He's promised to show you his collection of mosses, and that always takes a long time.
Oh, well, we'll have to wait until tomorrow, I'm afraid.
We'll see about that. I must speak to your uncle. Now, do come along. We mustn't keep the precentor's mother waiting.
No, of course. Let me show you out.
Your telly's working, sir.
Oh, splendid. What's it like?
Lovely reception. Come and see.
Oh, right. Excuse me, madam. Goodbye, my dear. So nice to meet you.
Let me show you out.
Television?
Yes, the bishop's just bought himself a new colour set.
Super. Have you seen Colour, Aunt Grace?
Certainly not. You know your uncle's views on television.
Well, please give my regards to the presenter's mother. Good morning.
One moment, Newt. I must just go into the study and have a word with the bishop.
Oh, I thought you'd gone, madam.
Yes, Bishop. I just wanted to say I've had an idea about this typing.
Oh, indeed.
Yes, I think I can arrange for Felicity to come here after dinner this evening.
Yes, but what about the Chancellor's mosses? Won't he be upset?
Oh, I'm sure I can make him understand.
Oh, well, my chaplain will be delighted. We must tell him at once.
What?
I said we must tell him at once.
Oh, yes.
Madam, do you like my new colour television?
Me? Oh, I'm sorry, I hadn't noticed it.
But you haven't taken your eyes off it. Not since you entered this room. Would you like me to turn up the sound?
Certainly not, Bishop.
I can assure you I'm not the least interested in all that sex and violence. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must go. Felicity?
Yes, Aunt.
Come along. We can't hang about.
I'm so sorry we shan't be seeing you again.
So am I.
Oh, it's all right, Newt. Mrs. Pugh Critchley has overcome the problem. You are to come here after dinner tonight, Felicity, my dear.
Super. Oh, I couldn't be more pleased.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Pugh Critchley.
May I come in? Good morning, my lord. Ah, there you are, Grace.
Morning, Dean.
Grace, you haven't forgotten your lunch with the presenter's mother.
No, Lionel, we're just leaving.
We've been arranging for me to come here to type, Uncle Lionel.
Excellent work. That's the thing.
Now, come along.
Have you got the shopping, Lionel?
Yes, my love.
What on earth is that you've got under your arm?
A large tin, my love. It was on your list.
The baker told you that.
No, the ironmonger.
I thought I told you to go to the baker.
But the baker is hardly likely to stock tins.
A large tin is a loaf of bread.
A loaf? How can a tin be a loaf?
You just have to go down to the town again.
But it's early closing.
Well, you just have to hurry. Come along, Felicity.
I'll see you tonight.
I shall look forward to that.
So shall I. Good morning.
Well, Newt, that seems to have solved your problem.
Oh, yes, my lord, she certainly does.
Well, we mustn't waste time.
Ah, you mean the visitation return?
No, of course not. I mean, we must see what's on television. Come on.
Oh, good evening, Archdeacon. Back from Ringmold?
Yes. Is the bishop in?
I'm afraid he's busy, Archdeacon. I have strict instructions not to interrupt him. Can I give him a message?
No, I'll come back later.
Oh, right.
I say, Newt.
Yes, Archdeacon.
How's your problem?
My problem?
You know, the pressure.
Oh, the dean's niece has offered to help, Archdeacon.
Does he know?
Yes, he suggested it.
Bless my soul.
These are the voyages of the starship.
I brought you a cup of coffee, my lord.
5-year mission.
Coffee, my lord.
What?
My lord, could you please turn the sound down?
Oh, right. Oh, put it down, Newt. I'll drink it later.
Are you sure you didn't want any dinner?
But of course. I told you I wasn't hungry.
But you've been sitting here watching that television since Magic Roundabout.
You keep quiet, Newt. You know, I haven't enjoyed anything like this for a long time.
Thank you, Mr. Smart.
Ah, that'll be Felicity.
Well, go and let her in.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, and please impress upon her the need to be as quiet as possible.
Yes, my lord, of course.
Hello there.
Good evening, Miss Pugh Critchley. How is the Chancellor?
Rather upset I couldn't stay to see his mosses.
Ah, do come in.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, we've got to be quiet because of the bishop.
Naturally. Where is he?
In the study, watching television.
In the study? Well, isn't he going to be a bit in the way?
Oh, no. He won't interfere with the typing.
I wasn't thinking of typing.
Now, if you'd like to sit down at the desk, I'll show you the ropes.
All right, if you say so. Good evening, Bishop.
Good evening, my dear. Now, you will keep quiet, won't you? We're right in the middle of Star Trek.
Now, in this filing cabinet here are the records of every parish for the last 100 years, with the yearly returns of confirmation, marriage, baptism, burials, etc. What we have to do...
Newt, answer that, will you?
I'm sorry, my lord, we're rather busy. Could you go?
Me? Oh, very well.
Good evening, Bishop.
Oh, can I help you, madam?
Yes, please take my coat.
Your coat? Are you staying?
Certainly.
But why?
I can hardly let my niece be out alone at this hour.
Oh, I see. All right. Am I to expect the dean, too?
No, Lionel's having a quiet evening at home. Now, where is my niece?
In the study with my chaplain. But surely you don't want to go in there.
Why not?
Well, the television is on.
Then it must be switched off, Bishop. Come along. Ah! There Here you are, Felicity.
Grace, what are you doing here?
My very question.
Bishop, please turn off that set.
Oh, very well.
Thank you. I hope you don't think me narrow-minded, Bishop.
No, of course not, madam.
But one must stand by one's principles. Lionel feels very strongly about television.
Yes, madam, I heard his sermon.
By the way, that program you were watching,
The one I was watching?
I suppose it was full of violence.
Oh, certainly not.
That's what you tell me, Bishop.
Well, if you don't believe me, see for yourself.
That won't be necessary.
Oh, I can assure you it's perfectly all right.
Nevertheless.
Madam, it is a perfectly respectable program.
Well, in that case, one moment. Felicity?
Yes, Aunt Grace.
Wouldn't you like to take your work into another room?
Whatever for?
So that the television won't disturb you.
What a splendid idea. Come on.
But there isn't anywhere else.
There must be.
You can use the dining room, Luke.
Well, I suppose so.
Of course, come on.
Oh, no, I've suddenly remembered we haven't cleared dinner.
Well, isn't there somewhere else?
No, the morning room is being decorated and the conservatory is too cold. There's absolutely nowhere.
But there must be in a great house like this.
But there isn't. Except my bedroom.
I wondered when you'd get round to it. Come on.
Now, madam, I do assure you that this is entirely innocent.
That's what you tell me, Bishop.
Neurosis of some kind. Exactly like a pet owner speaking to a beloved animal, would you say? No, it's more than that. More like love.
There, madam. What did I tell you?
Well, I'm bound to say I've seen nothing anyone could take exception to.
But you admit it?
Yes, but I don't doubt it would be a very different story if we were to turn to BBC too.
Oh, why?
I hear they show some highly undesirable programs.
Oh, really, what nonsense. It's perfectly harmless.
No, I can't believe that.
Well, if you don't, why not see for yourself?
That's the end of Newsroom for tonight, and I'll say goodnight.
Now, do you believe me, madam?
What about ITV? I'm sure we'll find something on that. I'll switch over. This is more like it. Swan egg. How delightful.
Oh, excuse me. I'll just go and answer the door. Oh, please. What can I do for you?
I wonder if I might impose on you as a neighbor, my lord.
In what way?
Have you any bread?
Bread?
I was having dinner alone, and there is no bread.
Well, I'm sure we can find you some. Come in, do. Join your wife in the study.
Grace, but she is with the Chancellor.
No, she's in there, watching television. What? Grace!
Donald, what are you doing here?
What are you doing, and why are you watching television?
The bishop made me.
I did nothing of the kind. But I'll switch it off.
I believed you to be at the Chancellor's.
I was. I only came to look after Felicity.
Felicity, of course. Where is she?
She is in the dining room with my chaplain. In a room, alone, with your chaplain? Great Scott! Oh, she's with my chaplain. She's in very good hands.
I trust she's nothing of the sort.
We'll find her at once. I think I hear him in the hall now.
But Miss Pugh Christian, where are you going?
Back to the Chancellor's to get him to show me his motted.
Why?
Because I think it'll be more exciting.
Felicity!
Oh, hello, Uncle Lionel.
Where have you been?
In my bedroom.
What?
Gracious heavens!
Newt, I told you to go into the dining room.
I know, my lord, but we decided my room would be more comfortable.
I have heard enough, my lord. Oh, Dean, you're jumping to quite the wrong conclusion.
Can you deny that your chaplain has taken advantage of my niece?
In what way? I haven't done anything.
No comment.
No. I mean, look at him, Dean. Anyone can see that the boy's completely innocent.
Well, my lord, Lord, perhaps I have been hasty, if I have your assurance that nothing is amiss.
Dean, all that has happened is that these two young people have been working while your wife and I have watched a little harmless television.
Harmless? There's no such thing as harmless television.
Anyone at home?
Oh, Henry, my dear old friend, what are you doing here?
I thought you'd like to have a chat, Bishop.
I'm having enough chat as it is, thank you.
Do you know my niece, Archdeacon?
No, but I'd like to.
Miss Pew Critchley, the Archdeacon.
How do you do, Archdeacon?
Oh, congratulations, Newt.
Why do you congratulate Newt?
Well, hasn't she come to help him?
Not anymore, she hasn't.
But you can't go like this. I'll never manage without you.
Oh, well, I suppose if you really want me to stay.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. She may mention him.
Well, I suppose I can't object.
I think I would.
However... Grace,
Yes, Lionel.
you must come with me.
But Lionel...
At once!
Oh, very well, Lionel. Come on, Miss Pew Critchley. Let's go into the study and get to work.
Right.
Yes, come on, Henry. I've got something to show you.
Not in the study, Bishop.
Henry, of course.
But we can't go in there. There.
Oh, nonsense, Henry. They won't disturb us.
Oh, speak for yourself.
Don't worry, Archdeacon. We shall only be typing quietly.
Typing? Who's talking about typing?
Why, Henry, what are you talking about?
Certainly not typing.
But Miss Pew Critchley is here to do the typing, Archdeacon.
Oh, then she's not your girl.
My girl? Oh, Archdeacon, what a suggestion.
Mr. Newt, what's so funny?
Fancy thinking that... Well, nothing really. In fact... Oh, crikey Moses.
Really, Henry, you do get the most extraordinary ideas.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bishop.
Now, come along into the study.
Yes, Bishop. Are we going to have a chat?
No, I am going to show you, Henry, my colour television. Coming, Newt?
Well, my lord, actually, no.
Why not?
Well, I suddenly realized my bedroom might be more comfortable after all. So if you'll excuse me, would you lead the way, Felicity?
At last. Come on.
What does that mean, Bishop?
I'm afraid, Henry, it means that we won't be able to watch television. We shall have to type the visitation returns ourselves. Now, which do you want? Baptism and confirmation or marriages and burials?
Toss your void, Bishop.
Right.
In that episode of All Gas and Gaiters, the parts were played as follows. The Archdeacon, Robertson Hare, the Bishop, William Mervyn, the Dean, John Barron, the Chaplain, Jonathan Cecil, Mrs. Pew Critchley, Joan Sanderson, Felicity, Julia Mackenzie, the TV man, Michael Kilgarron. The Bishop Loses His Chaplain was written for television and adapted for radio by Pauline Devaney and Edwin. The program was produced by John Dyer.
We present All Gas and Gaiters. When in Rome. Starring Robertson Hare, William Mervyn, John Barron, and Jonathan Cecil, with this week's special guest, Joan Sanderson, as Mrs. Pew Critchley.
My lord, the mail.
Ah, thank you, Newt. You're very late this morning.
I'm sorry, my lord. I overslept. I was rather tired after last night.
Ho. Too much of the Bishop of St. Edward's crusted port, eh, Newt?
Oh, no. I was careful not to have any of that, my lord.
Then you were very foolish, Newt. It was some of the finest port I've ever tasted.
Yes, I noticed you tasted several glasses, my lord.
Not as many as the Archdeacon, Newt. You know, something tells me old Henry won't be making an early appearance this morning.
It was a most enjoyable evening, wasn't it, my lord?
Yes, Newt, I found it most instructive.
You mean the service?
Well, not the service, actually, but though that was very interesting, of course.
Yes, wasn't it? It was the first Roman Catholic service I've ever been to.
What did you think of it?
Oh, I thought it was wonderful, my lord. All those magnificent vestments, the beautiful candles, and oh, the lovely incense.
Steady, Newt, steady. Remember, the purpose of this ecumenical movement is to bring the churches together, not to make converts.
But you must admit they made us very welcome.
Oh, they certainly did, Newt. Smoked trout and champagne, followed by filet de boeuf en croûte with magnificent burgundy.
It's nice for them having those nuns to wait at table, isn't it, my lord?
Yes, Newt. And that French nun's cooking made one realize poor dear Mrs. Loosemore's limitation. Still, I was very glad to get home.
So was I, my lord.
Well, come along now. Let's undo the mail, shall we?
Oh, yes, of course, my lord, yes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Yes, thank you, Newt, thank you. That's quite enough of that. Oh, look at this, a birthday card. How nice. The bells ring out, they say good cheer. Hip, hip, hooray, your birthday's here. Oh, a little surprise is on its way. Love, Dorothy.
From your sister, my lord?
Yes, dear soul. Oh, I suppose another piece of useless clutter is about to arrive.
Isn't that rather ungrateful?
Possibly, Newt, but true. You know, my sister has an unerring talent for choosing useless presents.
But, my lord, surely what counts is the thought behind it.
Not, Newt, in Dorothy's case. There isn't any. Now, who's this package from, I wonder?
I wonder, my lord.
Yes, now, let's see. Oh, a pair of purple socks. Now, who could have sent these? Who do I know who lacks imagination?
But you need socks. You're very short of socks.
Oh, my dear Newt, are they from you?
Yes, my lord.
How very kind of you, Newt. Tell me, how did you know that I needed socks?
Because you keep wearing mine.
Indeed, I do not.
Well, you've got a pair on at the moment.
What, these? Oh, yes, well, I wondered why they were so big. Now, what's in this parcel, I wonder? Oh, dear.
Oh, what a pretty vase.
Yes, well, I'm very glad you think so, Newt.
You can see it's homemade, can't you?
Yes, Newt, all too easily.
Who's it from?
Well, there's only one person who would send me something like this, Newt, and that is Dorothy.
Have you decided where you're going to put it, my lord?
Yes, Newt, I have. Hand me the waste paper basket.
Oh, I don't think you should do that, my lord.
Why not?
Well, you can't throw away something you've just been given.
No, in it goes. Go on after that, will you?
Yes, my lord. Archdeacon, good morning.
Morning, Newt. Bishop up?
Yes, Archdeacon, but he'll be surprised to see you so early, after last night.
Oh, well, I couldn't sleep.
Oh, dear. Was it that last glass of port?
Yes. I shouldn't have refused it.
The Archdeacon, my lord.
Good morning, Bishop. Many happy returns.
Henry, dear old friend, thank you.
I brought you a present.
Oh, my dear Henry, thank you. Oh, a bottle of your favourite sherry.
I thought you might enjoy it.
Well, I'm sure you will, Henry. Now, come and sit down. I want to talk to you about last night.
Oh, I can't, Bishop. I'm going shopping.
Whatever for?
I need food, Bishop.
My dear Henry, after that dinner last night, you surely aren't hungry.
No, Bishop, no. It's for my demonstration.
Your cookery demonstration, Archdeacon?
That's right, Newt.
What's all this about, Henry?
The Archdeacon's giving a cookery demonstration to the old age pensioners in the chapter house this evening.
Look, before you go, just spare me a moment, will you?
Oh, of course, Bishop.
Now,
what do you want?
I want you to tell me, Henry, if you noticed anything about our Roman Catholic colleagues that is lacking here.
Well, they were very polite to each other, my lord.
Oh, you noticed that, did you, Newt?
Yes, the bishop was very polite to his chaplain, my lord.
In what way, Newt?
He treated him like a human being, my lord. And he was nice to the Vicar General, too.
He certainly was.
Was he, Henry?
He kept filling his glass up.
Oh, really, Henry? But you see what I mean, don't you? I mean, and did you notice how he got on with the dean?
But they don't have a dean, my lord.
No, well, they don't call him a dean, Newt. But the administrator, to all intents and purposes, is the dean. And when I saw how the bishop managed to get on with him, you know, I must confess it made me very depressed.
Did it, my lord?
Oh,
why?
Well, why, Newt? Because I thought of them coming here and seeing me and the dean. Oh, it'd be an appalling advertisement for the Church of England.
Better not ask them, Bishop.
No, my lord, we can't have that.
On the contrary, I've invited Bishop Casey to call at any time he chooses.
But supposing he sees you and the dean quarrelling?
He won't, Newt. There will be no more quarrels at St. Ogg's.
Bishop, you're not going to resign.
Of course not, Henry. I'm changing my tactics, that's all. I watched the RCs last night very carefully, and you know, I fathomed their secret. It's charm. You see, they're charming. They charm people. Well, of course, when I realized this, I made a very big decision.
My lord, you're not going over to Rome.
Oh, no, don't get sad. No, of course I'm not. But I decided in future that I am going to charm the dean.
How will you begin, Bishop?
Well, you see, it's my birthday, Henry, and I thought I'd ask them both to dinner.
Both? You mean Mrs. Pugh Critchley as well?
Well, of course, Newt, why not?
But the dean hasn't let her come here since, well, you know, the unpleasantness.
I don't know what you mean, Newt.
No, you can't have forgotten, my lord. Coming back from Hawley in the taxi when you sat next to Mrs. Pugh Critchley and, well, you know,
I don't.
Oh, it was nothing, Henry. I accidentally rested my hand on her knee for a moment.
Well, actually, you kept it there for quite a while, my lord.
That was only because I thought it was an arm rest.
I don't know how you could have thought that.
Well, it felt like an arm rest.
But there wasn't an arm rest.
Yes, so I realized when the dean pointed it out.
He was very upset.
I bet he was.
Oh, really, Henry? But you see, Henry, that's a very vivid example of what I mean. If I had only been more charming, the situation would have been cleared up in a moment.
Do you think so, my lord? He was very annoyed.
Well, he had every right to be, Newt. We must all remember Mrs. Pugh Critchley is a woman, isn't she, Henry?
I suppose so, Bishop. Technically speaking.
Oh, I mean, what do we, as bachelors, know of the torments of jealousy? Now, I shall invite them both to dinner, and I shall see to it that by the time they leave here tonight, our relationship is on an entirely new footing. See who that is, would you, Newt?
Very good, my lord.
Henry, you'll come to dinner this evening, won't you?
No, Bishop, I can't.
Oh, of course not. No. You're giving your cookery demonstration tonight, aren't you? Can't you cancel it?
Oh, no, Bishop. I've been looking forward to it for weeks.
The dean, my lord.
My dear Dean, how nice to see you.
Many happy returns of the day, my lord.
Oh, how clever of you to remember.
I trust you have received our gift.
Gift? No, surely you haven't taken the trouble to send me a gift.
My wife has, I believe.
Dear Mrs. Pugh Critchley, oh, the dear, charming lady, how very kind of her.
It was from us both, my lord.
Of course, yes, Dean. Of course, I expect it will arrive by a later post. Now, Dean, I have a favour to ask you.
Indeed?
Yes, I want you to come to dinner tonight to celebrate my birthday.
Oh, me, my lord?
You and, of course, dear Mrs. Pugh Critchley.
Yes, well, I'm afraid I've just remembered, my lord. We have a prior engagement.
Oh, but Dean, you wouldn't be so cruel as to force me to celebrate alone.
Alone? Won't you have the Archdeacon with you?
Oh, alas, no. Dear old Henry here is giving a cookery demonstration in the chapter house this evening.
The chapter house? I should have been told about this.
Why? Do you want to come, Dean?
Certainly not! This demonstration must not take place.
Why am I not, Dean?
The risk involved is too great, my lord.
Risk? There's no risk, is there, Henry?
No, Bishop. I shan't eat any of it.
The risk of fire, Archdeacon. I cannot permit you to risk burning down the chapter house.
Oh, what nonsense. Surely, Dean, even you can't be as stupid to think that
Stupid I may be, my lord. But I know that when they had that fire at St. Edward's,
St. Edward's.
I said St. Edward's.
Yes, I thought you did. Dean, on second thoughts, of course, you are perfectly right. Henry, you must call off the whole thing.
But, Bishop...
You heard what I said, Henry. I'm so sorry, Dean, that I didn't see your point of view quicker.
Not at all, my lord. I'm surprised you saw it at all.
No, don't. I know I am sometimes rather dense. But you see, the trouble is that with such a distinguished and intelligent ecclesiastic as yourself on my staff, it really is sometimes very difficult for the rest of us to appreciate immediately the wisdom of your opinions.
May I sit down, my lord?
Yes, of course, Dean.
Is something the matter, Dean?
It's nothing, Archdeacon. I suddenly feel a little faint.
Oh, Dean, you need some air, that's all. Come into the hall and I'll show you out.
Oh, thank you, my lord. I should be grateful.
This way, Dean.
Thank you, my lord.
No, Dean, it was so good of you to call. Won't you change your mind about this evening?
Well, perhaps something can be arranged.
What? You can come after all?
Well, yes, my lord. My wife and I will dine with you if you wish us to.
Oh, thank you, Dean. You do not know what this means to me.
We shall dress.
Yes, do.
We shall arrive at 7 sharp.
Yes, Dean.
We shall leave at 9:30 precisely.
Yes, of course, Dean. And Dean?
My lord.
Thank you so much. Well, there. Well, anyway, he's accepted to come to dinner. Now, you see how difficult it is to resist charm. Answer that, Newt.
Very well, my lord. The Palace St. Og's, the Bishop's chaplain speaking. Oh, good morning, my Lord Bishop. Yes. Will you hold on a minute? Yes. It's the Bishop of St. Edward's, my lord. He says he and the administrator are going to be in St. Og's this afternoon and wonders if they can call and have tea.
Oh, quick, Newt, give it to me. Bishop, good morning. Yes, so my chaplain tells me, but won't you come to dinner? It's my birthday. Yes, the Dean and his wife, my closest friends. Shall we say 7? Splendid. I shall look forward to seeing you both. Goodbye. Newt, go and tell Mrs. Loosemore we shall want a very special dinner tonight.
You mean her shepherd's pie, my lord?
Don't, of course not. Tell her what we had last night, Newt, and say I was thinking about something along the lines of coq au vin and crêpe Suzette.
But, my lord, Mrs. Loosemore's never cooked anything like that.
Oh, nonsense, Newt. Stop making difficulties and go and tell her that that's what I want.
Yes, my lord.
Well, Henry, things are going along splendidly, aren't they?
I'm glad you think so, Bishop.
I certainly do. You know, this is a perfect opportunity to show the RCs a typical Anglican evening with everyone getting on well.
But what about my demonstration?
Oh, really, Henry, you've no sense of priorities. You must put the honour of the Church of England above self, Henry, you know. I always do. Newt, did you give Mrs. Loosemore my message?
Yes, my lord.
And what did she say?
She put her hat and coat on, my lord.
She's gone shopping, has she?
I'm afraid she's gone for good, my lord.
What?
She said she's a respectable married woman, and if you want food like that, then you better get yourself a French nun.
Oh, no. Wretched, ungrateful woman. What can I do?
Looks as though the party will have to be called off, my lord.
Like my demonstration.
No, Henry, on the contrary. Both the party and your demonstration are definitely on.
But where, my lord?
Here, Newt, in our kitchen. Henry, you must demonstrate to us with all the skill at your command.
Me, Bishop? Oh, I couldn't cook anything French.
You don't have to, Henry. Just choose 3 dishes from your demonstration. Now, surely you can do that.
Oh, yes, I can do that, Bishop.
Right then, Henry, go on, get on with it. And remember, Henry, the honour of the Church of England is in your hands. Newt!
my lord.
It's nearly 7. They'll be here any moment. Is everything ready?
Yes, my lord, I laid the table.
How's the Archdeacon getting on?
Oh, he's showing great initiative, my lord.
But is he sticking to the dishes that he knows?
Oh, yes. They're all items from his demonstration, like you said, my lord. We're beginning with iced baked beans, with a pinch of red pepper and a slice of lemon.
That sounds rather unusual. What's the main course?
A French cassoulet.
A cassoulet. Remind me what that is, Newt.
It's the most delicious stew with meat and beans, my lord.
What's the meat?
Oh, there isn't any meat in this one, my lord. Just beans, baked beans.
Well, what's for pudding?
We aren't having a pudding, my lord.
No pudding? Why ever not?
We're having a savoury instead.
Oh, a savoury? Yes, that's rather an original idea, isn't it? What is it?
Baked beans on toast.
Oh.
Your end, Bishop?
Never mind about my end, Henry. What's this ridiculous nonsense about baked beans?
Oh, don't worry, Bishop. They all taste different.
Well, we shall just have to cancel the whole thing.
We can't, my lord. That'll be one of the guests now. Shall I answer it?
No. Whoever heard of a bishop entertaining his guests exclusively on a diet of baked beans?
They do taste surprisingly different, my lord.
Yes, but even so...
Shouldn't we answer the door, my lord?
Oh, well, I suppose we shall just have to hope they don't notice or something. Oh, back you go to the kitchen, Henry. We don't want to publish the fact Mrs. Loosemore has left.
I'm not ashamed of my cooking, Bishop.
Yes, and I hope I shan't have cause to be either.
I think we should answer it, my lord. They might go away.
If only they would. Ah, my dear Dean, Mrs. Pugh Critchley, this is indeed an honour.
We began to think you were out, my lord.
Oh, yes, well, I'm very sorry, Dean. Do come in, dear lady.
Thank you, Bishop. I haven't seen you for ages.
No, it's far too long, isn't it?
I think the last time was when we all shared that taxi home from Hawley.
Grace, no one wishes to be reminded of that unfortunate occasion.
Let me take your coat.
Allow me, my lord.
Here you are, Newt.
Have you received our little present, Bishop?
No, dear lady.
But I posted it yesterday.
Well, you know what the post is like these days. It'll probably arrive in the morning. Now, if you will take my arm, we'll go through into the study.
Thank you, Bishop.
Excuse me, my lord.
Yes, of course, Dean, yes.
Take my arm, my love.
Now, let's all have a glass of sherry, then. Newt, do the honours.
Not for me, thank you, Bishop.
Oh, surely, dear lady, you won't refuse to drink my health on my birthday.
Well, perhaps just a little.
No. I think not.
Very well, Lionel.
Oh, well, just the Dean and myself, Newt.
The decanter isn't here, my lord.
Then where is it?
I think the cook must have it.
Oh, has he? I mean, has she? Well, we'll just have to open the bottle that the Archdeacon gave me this morning.
That's missing too.
I trust there won't be any wine in the cooking.
No, Dean, just in the cook. Go and get her, will you, Newt?
Yes, my lord.
I believe you went to St. Edward's yesterday, Bishop.
Yes, dear lady. And as a matter of fact, I haven't had a chance to tell you, but the bishop and his administrator are joining us for dinner. Ah, Newt, have you got the decanter?
No, it's empty, my lord.
But it was practically full. What's happened to it?
Cook said it met with an accident.
What about the Archdeacon's bottle?
Cook said that's met with an accident too.
A whole bottle it can't have done.
Well, Cook said it's very hot in the kitchen. Cook said you might like some of these starters to be going on with.
Oh, how delicious.
Dean?
Thank you, Newt.
My lord?
Oh, well, I suppose we must be grateful for something.
What a novel way to use baked beans. Don't you think so, Lionel?
Oh, yes, my love. Very economical.
I must go and congratulate Mrs. Luce.
No, you can't.
But I want to ask her for the recipe.
Oh, do, my love, do. A splendid notion.
But you see, Mrs. Loosemore isn't here.
Not here? But why not?
She's gone home early.
Then who is doing the cooking?
The Archdeacon, Dean.
The Archdeacon? But you cannot allow the Archdeacon to cook with the Bishop of St. Edward's coming.
Well, you see, Dean, we had no choice. Mrs. Loosemore left rather suddenly.
Oh, how unfortunate.
I feel for you, my lord.
I feel for myself, Dean.
We must rally round, Lionel. This is an emergency. I'll just tidy up.
Oh, no, dear lady. There's no time. Our guests will be arriving any minute.
Well, let me at least clear away all this wrapping paper.
Yes, you should have told us earlier, my lord. It's essential we present a united front to the RCs.
What's this in the waste paper basket?
What's what?
This vase.
Oh, that? Oh, that's just a bit of rubbish.
I don't understand.
Oh, it's something I received this morning. A useless present. I don't want it.
Lionel, fetch my coat.
Of course, my love. Excuse me, gentlemen.
But, dear lady, why must you go?
If this vase isn't wanted, Bishop, I'm sure the person who gave it to you isn't wanted either.
Hey, you? Oh, but you see, I thought it was from my sister. She always gives me useless presents.
I will not stay here to be insulted.
Insulted, my dear lady? Nothing could be further from my mind.
But you put my vase in the waste paper basket.
I didn't, dear lady. You see, my chaplain...
But my lord...
Quiet, Newt.
You called it useless rubbish.
I meant the waste paper basket.
The waste paper basket? You said the vase. You said it was the vase you didn't want.
No, but I meant I didn't want the vase in the waste paper basket. It was a mistake, dear lady, a misunderstanding. Do please come and sit down here on the sofa and let me explain.
Well, Lionel is getting my coat.
Yes, I know, but there's not a moment to lose. Now, listen. You see, the RCs will be here any minute. And when I was there last night, I was struck forcibly by the way those two men got on. And I came home determined to make a real effort to banish the differences that divide your husband and me once and for all.
My lord...
Quiet.
Is that why you asked us to dinner?
Yes. It was my first faltering footsteps along the path of peace.
That was a kind gesture, Bishop. I don't know what to say.
Just say that you will stay.
My lord, your hand...
Quiet, Newt.
Your hand. Look where you've put your hand.
Quiet, Newt. Quiet. Now, dear lady, what do you say?
Well, I'll have to ask Lionel.
You will? Oh, thank you, dear lady.
Here is your coat, my love. My lords! What are you doing?
The bishop has made a gesture, Lionel.
I can see he has.
And, you're still making it, my lord.
What's the matter, Dean?
Your hand, my lord, you know, the unpleasantness. You've done it again.
What? Oh, yes. Oh, I'm so sorry, dear lady. I got carried away.
This is an outrage, my lord.
Surely, Dean, you don't think
The bishop has only been trying to persuade me to stay, Lionel.
I don't doubt it, my love. I knew it was wrong to come here.
Oh, this is a nightmare. What can I do?
Do, my lord. Read St. Paul's first epistle to the Corinthians, with particular reference to chapter 7, verse 9. Come, my love.
Coming, Lionel. Good night, my lord.
Wraith!
Yes, Lionel.
Chapter 7, verse 9. What's that?
It is better to marry than burn, my lord.
Oh, how unnecessary. Now, what on earth am I going to say, though, to the Bishop of St. Edward's? Oh, answer that, will you?
Yes, my lord. Hello. The bishop's chaplain speaking. Oh, yes. I see. Yes. Yes. Of course, I'll tell his lordship. Yes, thank you. Goodbye.
Who was that, Newt?
The Bishop of St. Edward's chaplain, my lord. He rang to say the bishop and the administrator can't come tonight after all.
Why not?
It seems they've had a serious disagreement and feel it would be too embarrassing to spend the evening in the same room with each other.
Oh, and I thought they got on so well together.
They must have been putting on a show, my lord.
Bishop! I burned the beans.
Oh.
Archdeacon, how did that happen?
Well, I was having a bit of a rest.
Yes, and from what I gather, you must have needed it. You naughty old Archdeacon, you.
I'll answer that, my lord.
If that's the Dean, Newt, I don't want to see him.
Oh, didn't the charm work, Bishop?
No, it did not, Henry. I think I'll leave it to the RCs in the future. They're better at it.
My lord, it's a present from your sister Dorothy. Here's the card.
Oh, that's all I need. Thought you'd like something useful for a change, loved Dorothy. What is it, Newt?
Oh, it's from Fortnum and Mason's, my lord.
Yes, but what is it?
10 bois de haricots blancs sauce tomate.
Haricots blancs sauce tomate? What's that?
That's French, my lord.
Well, of course I know it's French, Newt, but what does it mean?
Baked beans, Bishop.
In that episode of All Gas and Gaiters, the parts were played as follows. The Archdeacon, Robertson Hare, the Bishop, William Mervyn, the Dean, John Barron, the Chaplain, Jonathan Cecil, Mrs. Pugh Critchley, Joan Sanderson. When in Rome was written for television and adapted for radio by Pauline Devaney and Edwin Apps. The programme was produced by John Dias. We present All Gas and Gaiters.
Bishop is hospitable.
Starring Robertson Hare, William Mervyn, John Barron and Jonathan Cecil.
Good afternoon. The Palace and Dogs? Yes, this is the Bishop's Chaplain speaking. I see. All right, I'll tell his lordship. Thank you. Goodbye.
Ah, Newt! Who was that on the telephone?
The Church Times, my lord, about the journalist they're sending down for the interview tomorrow morning.
Why? What's the matter? They haven't cancelled it, have they?
Oh, no, my lord. They just wanted to confirm it'll be all right.
Oh, good. In that case, get out my speeches from the Lambeth Conference, will you?
Of course, my lord. They're all here in this drawer. Here's your speech on church unity.
Ah, thank you.
Your speech on the proposal of the admission of women to the priesthood.
Oh, yes, I took a very strong line on that.
And, this is your speech suggesting the redistribution of wealth within the church.
Ah, yes, you know, this contains some really new thinking. That wasn't a bad contribution to the conference, eh, Newt?
No, my lord. What a pity it was you didn't get a chance to say any of it.
Oh, really? Well, never mind about that. I can say some of it in this interview. My work won't have been entirely in vain. Now, I think I'll just spend a couple of hours reading them through to refresh my memory, and then you can make copies of it all.
Yeah. Copies? You want me to copy all that lot?
Well, certainly I must have copies to give this journalist.
But when am I going to find time?
This evening.
But it's my free evening.
Precisely. Now, I must get on with my preparation.
But, my lord, do you need to do all this preparation just for an interview?
My dear Newt, an interview like this can have far-reaching results. Why, when the Bishop of Barmings was published, they tell me, he was invited to preach at Windsor Castle and stay the weekend.
The Bishop of Barming? Ah, well, his interview was rather different.
Different in what way?
Well, it wasn't the interview itself. It was the piece at the end. You know, the opinion of a colleague.
Really?
Yes, the person who got to do that said some very nice things. In fact, he described him as almost a modern saint.
Did he?
Mm.
Who did they get to do that?
His chaplain.
Oh.
Do you still want me to copy all those speeches, my lord?
What? Oh, yes, well, Newt,
Yes, my lord?
Have the Church Times made an appointment to see you tomorrow?
Me, my lord?
Have they contacted you personally, I mean?
No, my lord.
Ah, then on reflection, I do want you to copy out all those speeches. Ah, there you are, Henry.
Oh, thank goodness I found you.
Why, what's the matter, Archdeacon?
Oh, I need a bed. Urgently.
A bed, Henry? Won't a chair do?
No. I don't mean personally. There's a big show opening at the theatre tomorrow night. They broke me in to help find lodgings.
Ah, Archdeacon, of course, you're the theatre chaplain, aren't you?
Yes. I've been meeting people at the station all day. do you know of any spare beds?
Oh, no, Henry, please don't bother me with all those trivialities. I'm very busy. I have to prepare for a most important press interview tomorrow morning.
Oh, of course, Bishop. The Church Times? I quite understand. I'll go and try the Mitre Hotel.
What? Henry, did you know about this interview?
Yes, Bishop, yes, oh, yes. The opinion of a colleague. Good morning.
Oh, my lord, the Archdeacon must be the person they've asked to do it.
Oh, all right, Newt. I say, Henry, dear old friend, don't be in such a hurry to go.
But, Bishop, you're busy.
Oh, well, so I am, Henry, yes, I am, but I've always got time to spare for an old colleague like you. Newt, get the Archdeacon a glass of sherry.
Yes, my lord.
Now, what's all this about beds?
Well, I've just got one more to find. But don't you worry.
Oh, nonsense, Henry, my dear old friend. Your worry is my worry. They must come here, I insist.
Your sherry, Archdeacon.
Oh, thank you, Newt. I'm sure she'll be delighted. Cheers.
She? You didn't say it was a she.
Didn't I? It is. One of the girls.
We couldn't have a girl here, could we, my lord?
Well, why shouldn't we have a girl here?
But, my lord, an actress.
She's not an actress.
Well, a singer, then.
Oh, she's not a singer.
Then what is she, Henry?
Well, Bishop, she moves about the stage.
Moves about the stage?
Yes, then she stands still.
Really? Then what happens?
The lights go out.
Henry, you don't mean...
I'm afraid I do, Bishop.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that sort of show, Henry.
They say it's very artistic.
Oh, do they?
Yes, and she's got to stay somewhere.
Well, I don't think she should stay here, even if she is a ballet dancer.
Oh, really? She is not a ballet dancer.
But she must be, my lord. If she's not an actress, not a singer, and she moves about the stage and then stands still and the lights go out, then she can only be a Oh, no. No. Oh, no, we couldn't. Not possibly, Archdeacon. Not at the palace.
Well, she has to stay somewhere, Newt.
But, my lord.
When can we expect her, Henry?
Are you quite sure, Bishop?
If it will be a help to you, Henry, yes.
Tell you what. I'll try the Mitre first. And if they can't help, well, I'll send her round.
Oh, see who that is, will you, Newt?
Yes, my lord.
Well, go on, man. What are you waiting for?
Well, nothing, my lord. I was just thinking. Moves around, stands still, and then... Oh, crikey Moses.
Oh, really?
Are you going to the show tomorrow night, Bishop?
Me, Henry? Oh, no, I don't think I could afford to go to a show like that.
Really? I hoped I'd see you there.
Oh, well, I don't want to meddle in your private affairs, Henry, but do you think you can afford to go?
Yes, Bishop. They've given me a free seat.
Oh, Dean. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my lord. Archdeacon.
Hello, Dean. We meet again.
So it seems, Archdeacon.
The Dean was at the station when the girls arrived, Bishop.
Really? Were you there to greet these young ladies too, Dean?
Me, certainly not, my lord. No, I was seeing my wife off. She's away for the night.
Oh, I see. Well, what do you want to see me about, Dean? I really am rather busy.
Really? I thought this was a celebration.
A celebration?
The Archdeacon has a glass in his hand.
This? Oh, this is nothing.
No. It was a mistake.
In my view, drinking is always a mistake.
Well, I'll be off, Bishop.
Must you, Henry?
Yes, I want to try my luck at the Mitre.
I shouldn't have thought even the Mitre would serve alcohol at this hour, Archdeacon.
It so happens, Dean, I am not going to the Mitre in search of alcohol.
Really?
No, I am going to try and fix up a girl for the night.
The Archdeacon out, my lord.
The Archdeacon is having difficulty in finding accommodation for the girls from the theatre, Dean. In fact, he wants us to help him out.
I trust you've refused.
Refused?
Are you aware of the nature of the entertainment at the theatre this week, my lord?
Well, the Archdeacon assures me that it's very artistic.
Does he? I should not have thought that word could possibly be applied to an entertainment entitled All Nudes is Good News. And you, my lord, can hardly propose having one of these shameless creatures in your house.
Oh, don't you think so?
I do not. I consider these entertainments highly undesirable. And I would have a very poor opinion of anyone who encouraged them in any way. However, it is not about that I have come to see you.
Oh, good.
In the hustle of her departure, My wife has, unhappily, omitted to give me the deanery keys.
But don't you have any keys of your own, Dean?
I have a front door key, but part of my wife's routine security precautions includes locking the interior doors. And her last words to me were, "Your dinner is on the kitchen table."
Oh, well, I'm sure you'll be able to manage somehow, Dean.
My real problem, however, is tomorrow morning.
What, you mean breakfast?
I mean, my study is also locked.
Well, I don't know what you expect me to do about it, Dean.
Oh, I thought you might lend me a room here, my lord.
Yeah, but I'm going to be very busy tomorrow.
St. Paul says a bishop should be given to hospitality, my lord.
St. Paul said a lot of things, Dean. Look, why not take tomorrow morning off?
Because I have an appointment with a journalist.
A journalist?
From the Church Times.
The Church Times?
They wish me to give them my personal opinion of you.
Your opinion? Oh, but I thought it was
Well, I'm
Henry.
sorry you can't help me, my lord.
My dear Dean, don't go. Of course you can have my study in the morning, Dean.
Oh, I should not wish to inconvenience you, my lord.
Inconvenience me? Why, that's impossible. Look, why, Dean, don't you come and have dinner with us this evening?
Oh, frankly, my lord, you tempt me. Oh, if my wife didn't have time to give me any lunch. But I should not wish to cause you any trouble.
Trouble? A colleague like you, that's impossible. As you said yourself, a bishop should be given to hospitality.
So that, although Glow Fast nuts undoubtedly maintain a steady heat, both Cozy Glow and Stovite share the merit of producing the minimum of clinker. However, my own predilection, bearing in mind the eccentricities of the cathedral boiler, is for sun-bright doubles.
Reality. Well.
You think me capricious?
Oh, no, Dean. It's just I'd no idea the subject was so exhausting. I mean exhausting.
I have hardly touched on it, my lord.
Crikey, Moses. And you've been talking about it for hours.
I can't tell you what a pleasure it is to have you with us.
You really, my lord? For my part, it is, of course, valuable to be here.
Valuable?
For this interview, it shows me another facet of your character, your domestic side.
Domestic? Oh, yes, of course. May I have your plate, Dean?
Oh, I was hoping...
Alas, I'm afraid there is no more fish.
Oh, perhaps a little cauliflower, my lord.
I'm afraid that's gone, too. Never mind. We have treacle pudding to follow.
Oh, how excellent. My plate, my lord.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Where are you going, Newt?
We're taking the plates out to the kitchen, my lord.
No, Newt. No, give them to me. I shall take the bite.
You, my lord?
Of course.
But you never...
No. Remember, we have a guest. Please, will you open the door?
Very well, my lord.
Shan't be a moment, Dean. Luke.
Yes, my lord.
Come into the hall and shut the door.
What's the matter, my lord?
Newt, you're sure you rang the Archdeacon and told him not to send that girl?
No, my lord.
What?
We wasn't in, but I spoke to Mrs. Banner.
And are you sure she understood your message?
Certain, my lord. And after all, if the girl was coming, she'd be here by now, wouldn't she?
Oh, yes, of course, Newt. Yes, I get the point. Right. Well, I'll go back to the Dean. Oh, it's all going splendidly, isn't it?
But what about the plates, my lord?
What? Oh, yes. Here you are, Newt. Take them back to the kitchen.
Oh.
Here I am, Dean. Sorry about all that.
Not at all, my lord. As I was saying... Oh, were you expecting someone, my lord?
No, Dean. Of course not. Don't you worry about that. Newt will see to it. Please continue.
Very well, my lord. I was saying that people have suggested we might change to a gas system. But I cannot say the notion appeals for several reasons. Firstly... What was that?
I dread to think.
Well, shouldn't you go and see what has happened, my lord?
What? Oh, miss your reasons for not changing to gas?
Really, my lord, I didn't know you were that interested in the subject.
There's a lot about me you don't know, Dean.
Yes, I am beginning to think there is.
My lord! Please, Newt, the Dean is speaking.
But it happened, my lord.
Yes, Newt, we heard it happen. And I hope you've cleared it up.
Don't you know there's more to it than that?
Of course there's more to it. You'll jolly well have to pay for it. Now, please sit down and let the Dean continue.
But the message, my lord, the message didn't get through.
Newt, will you... The message? You mean the message?
Is there something wrong?
Oh, no, just a slight domestic problem. The pudding giving a little bit of trouble, you know. Please excuse me.
Of course, my lord.
Come along, Newt. She's in the study. Yes, but she can't stay there. The Dean might see her. You must get rid of her.
But I can't. She's nowhere to go.
Oh, really, this is a nightmare. I know.
Yes, my lord?
Put her in the guest room.
But suppose she won't stay there.
Well, you must make her.
How can I?
Oh, tell her to have a bath.
A bath? Crikey Moses.
Oh, yes.
Is everything all right, my lord?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Dean. Yes, everything under control.
How about the pudding?
The pudding?
I thought you were worried about the pudding.
The pudding? Oh, yes. I'm afraid the pudding's off.
Oh, dear, I'm sorry to hear that.
Why, are you still hungry?
Well, yes, I fear I am. We had breakfast rather early this morning.
Oh, well, have a biscuit.
Ah, yes, thank you. Butter. Thank you. Will you join me?
Me? Oh, gracious, is that the time?
It's 8:30.
My bedtime.
Bedtime?
Yes, I like to turn in early.
But surely not this early.
Oh, I'm afraid so. No, I find I can't do my work properly if I sit up half the night. You don't want any of this cheese, do you?
Cheese? Oh, well, it does look particularly delicious, yes.
All right, help yourself.
Oh, thank you, my lord.
That is, of course, if you think it wise.
Wise?
Nothing worse than cheese late at night.
I hadn't thought of that.
Yes, well, you better not take any risks. I'll put the cover back on. Well, I'm sorry.
Perhaps I should go, my lord.
Well, let me get your coat. I expect you'll be glad to turn in, Dean, after such a long day. Where is it?
There, on that chair by the front door.
Oh, yes, of course. Allow me to help you in it. Is somebody having a bath? A bath? Oh, yes, that'll be Newt.
Really? He goes to bed early, too, doesn't he?
Yes, pressure of work, you know.
I had no idea.
Yes, well, I hope you've enjoyed your evening with us, Dean.
Yes, indeed, my lord. I found it most revealing.
In what way?
I find we have more in common than I had previously believed.
Ah, you've seen another side of my character that you didn't know existed.
Oh, yes, my lord, and to be frank, I'm glad, as it will somewhat alter the tone of this opinion I am to give the Church Times tomorrow.
Oh, goodness, yes, I'd quite forgotten you were doing that, Dean. But of course I'm lending you my study in the morning, aren't I? Please come round whenever you wish.
Yes, thank you, my lord. Thank you.
A pleasure, Dean. Good night, good night. Oh, thank goodness I got rid of him.
Has he gone, my lord?
Yes, at last. How is, our guest?
Hungry, my lord.
Is she? Well, there's no dinner here. The Dean's eaten it. You know that man's a perfect cormorant.
There are some bacon and eggs.
Well, they're for breakfast.
I thought we could make a sacrifice.
Oh, did you? Well, I'm not making any sacrifice, Newt. This Salome may have wound you round her little finger, but she won't wind me.
May I come down?
Oh, good evening, good evening.
Oh, how do you do, my lord? I'm Tony Rogers.
Well. Yes, I expect you'd like something to eat, wouldn't you? We've only got eggs and bacon.
Oh, I could just do with that.
Well, come down when you're ready.
I've just got to get my makeup, please.
Oh, no, allow me. Here we are. Is there anything else you want?
I don't think so. Your chaplain has been looking after me. I'll go and have my bath.
Yes, I'll come with you to see if everything's all right.
No, Newt. I will go and see that everything's all right. You go and cook the eggs and bacon.
But, my lord, you...
Do as you're told, Newt.
All right.
He's only a boy, but very willing. Go upstairs, will you? And I'll see who that is at the door.
Of course.
Oh, Dean.
Ah, I've caught you.
Caught me? No, you haven't. What do you mean?
Only that you haven't gone to bed.
Oh, yes, well, Dean, I was just locking up.
I'm afraid I must trespass on your hospitality a little longer. It appears my wife has locked the bedroom doors as well.
Oh, do you mean to say you want some blankets to sleep in the bath?
Alas, the bathroom is also locked. I must sleep here.
But Dean, we've only got one guest room.
But it's not in use, I believe.
Oh, no, of course not.
Dean, I thought you'd gone.
And I thought you were having a bath, Newt.
He's had it, Dean.
Really? He was quick?
Yes, he's very quick at some things.
But he's dressed again.
Has he? Oh, yes, so he has. Oh, well, he must be quicker than I thought he was, Dean.
Yes, well, I mustn't keep you.
No. Dean, don't go upstairs.
Why not?
Well, the room's not ready, you see. I tell you what, you wait in the study and have a look at the evening paper.
Oh, well, if you insist.
I do. Indeed I do.
Thank you, my lord.
Sit down, Dean. Make yourself comfortable. Shan't keep you long.
Thank you, my lord.
Blast! Why's he come back? Oh, Mrs. Pewcritch's locked up bedrooms as well. He's got to sleep here.
But he can't. There's only the one guest room. Can you meet Miss Rogers?
Not if we keep our heads not. We'll put Miss Rogers in my room.
Oh, my lord.
Oh, don't be stupid. I shan't be in it.
But where will you sleep?
Your room, of course.
What? I don't...
Now, be quiet, Newton. Listen. When Miss Rogers comes down and goes into the dining room, you go upstairs and take her things from the guest room and put them in my room.
But what about the Dean?
You see, well, while she's having her supper, you then take the Dean up. He has his bath and goes to bed, and when he's asleep, we take Miss Rogers up to my room. Now, what do you think of that?
Well, of course, it's obvious, isn't it?
Oh, really not. Now, let's go and see to the bacon and eggs, and remember, as long as we keep our heads, they won't meet.
Queen. Ooh. Hello? Anyone there? Oh, they must be in the study.
Miss Rogers! Miss Rogers! Stop!
What's the matter?
Well, you mustn't go into the study.
Why not?
Well, because the Dean, I mean, the dining room is there.
Oh, I see.
Would you mind just taking this tray in and laying the table?
Of course I will. Can I do anything else?
No. I'll fetch the eggs and bacon. I shan't be a minute.
Here are the eggs and bacon, my lord.
Oh, well done, Newt. My word, that smells good. Now, give it to me and go up and prepare the guest room for the Dean.
Right, my lord.
And hurry, Newt.
I'm hurrying, my lord.
Yes,
Bacon and eggs. How thoughtful of you, my lord. Remember that I'm still hungry.
Oh, no, Dean. No, I'm afraid it's not for you.
Oh, then who is it for?
Breakfast.
Breakfast?
Yes, tomorrow morning's breakfast.
Do you normally cook breakfast the night before?
Yes, always, Dean. You see, it saves time in the morning.
Ready, my lord.
Dean, your room is ready if you'd like to go up.
No, thank you.
This way, Dean.
And do have a bath, Dean. Make yourself comfortable.
Thank you, my lord.
What's wrong?
I have no night attire.
I'll lend you some pajamas, Dean.
I do not wear pajamas. I consider them unhealthy.
Oh, well, I expect Newt will fix you up with something, won't you, Newt?
Yeah. What? Will I, my lord?
Oh, of course you will. Good night.
Good night, my lord, and thank you for your hospitality.
Now, where's this young woman? Oh, I'm sorry to have kept you so long, my dear.
That's all right, Bishop. I'm sorry to put you to all this trouble.
It's no trouble, my dear, no trouble at all. It's a pleasure. Though I'm afraid you're going to find us rather dull.
Dull?
Yes, I mean after the glamorous life that you lead.
Oh, it's not as glamorous as you think. Just hard work.
Tell me, my dear, what makes a girl like you do a job like yours?
Well, I got interested in it at school.
Yeah, me. What sort of a school did you go to?
A convent.
Everything's under control, my lord.
Yes, oh, good. Good, Newt. Now, come and sit down.
Thank you, my lord.
Miss Rogers is telling me all about her job.
What? Oh, would she like some coffee?
Oh, yes, please.
Thank you, yes, I'll go and make it.
Oh, really?
My lord.
Yeah, what is it?
The Dean's coming down the stairs.
Good gracious. Excuse me a moment, would you, my dear?
Of course, of course.
Dean, why aren't you in bed?
I'm just going, my lord, but I have something for your chaplain.
For me, Dean?
Something you left in the bathroom, Newt.
Oh, what was that?
This pair of black lace underpants.
Are you in your bedroom?
Yes, my lord, come in.
Oh, you put all my things in here, have you?
Yes, my lord. There are your dressing gown and pajamas, and your sponge bag and slippers are on the chair. Is everything all right?
Yes, it all seems to be going splendidly, Newt. Miss Rogers has at last turned her light out, and I heard the Dean snoring. Oh, I'm ready for bed. Is that the only pillow?
I'm afraid so. You're going to have the bed, aren't you?
Yes, of course. I must be fresh in the morning, Newt.
But I can't sleep on this chair without a pillow. It's much too hard.
Oh, well, I shouldn't worry about that, Newt. Give me the pillow. You won't have any time to sleep.
Why not?
Because you've got to copy out my Lambeth speeches for this journalist tomorrow. urgently.
Oh, just a minute, Dean. Just a minute. My lord.
What is
It's the Dean, my lord. He's outside the door. He wants to speak to me.
What? Oh, good gracious, he mustn't know I'm here.
Well, what shall I say?
Oh, anything, just so long as you make him think I'm in my bedroom. No, are you there?
Oh, Moses. Yes, Dean.
There you are, Newt. I'm gravely concerned.
Really? But it's the middle of the night.
I'm aware of that. I've just been downstairs.
Whatever for?
To find a biscuit. However, never mind that. As I was returning to bed, I saw a young woman coming out of the bathroom.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. May I ask who she is?
Well, she's someone you aren't supposed to know about, Dean.
But I saw her go into the bishop's bedroom. Where is the bishop?
The bishop? Oh, he's in his bedroom, Dean.
What? Sure?
Oh, yes, Dean, absolutely. No question, definite.
I can't believe it. Such depravity.
Well, it isn't as bad as you think. Really, it's not.
Then you know about this whole affair.
Yes, Dean, yes. He's only doing it to oblige the Archdeacon.
Ah! This is too much. I am going back to the deanery.
I thought the doors were locked.
So they are, but I'd rather sleep on the stairs than spend another moment under this wicked roof.
What shall I tell the bishop?
Tell him, you can tell him, that I have indeed seen another side of his character.
Good morning, my lord.
Is it Newt?
Well, no, actually it isn't. There's no breakfast.
Oh, that Newt is the least of my worries. I've absolutely no appetite.
Shouldn't you be dressed, my lord? Your interview's in half an hour.
Interview? Oh, the interview's cancelled, Newt.
But what shall I tell the journalist when he arrives?
Tell him I'm ill, very, very ill.
But you set such store by this interview, my lord. You know, the Bishop of Barming getting an invitation to Windsor Castle.
Yes, by the time the Dean's given his opinion of me, the only invitation I'll be likely to get will be to the Tower of London.
I've been up all night copying those beastly speeches.
If that's the journalist, Newt, tell him I'm ill.
Morning, Newt.
Oh, good morning, Archdeacon.
My word, it's a beautiful morning. The bishop in?
Yes, I am, Henry, and I've got something to say to you.
There's no need, Bishop. I knew you'd be pleased.
Pleased?
Attractive little thing, isn't she? For a journalist.
Henry, you don't... What did you say, Henry?
Well, I said she's attractive.
You said she's a journalist, Archdeacon.
So she is.
A journalist? But I thought she was from the theatre.
No. I met her at the Nighter yesterday. She told me she'd come to interview you. They were full up.
So you sent her here?
Yes.
Oh, my lord. If only we'd known.
Oh, Newt, if only we had.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, my dear.
Oh, Archdeacon, thank you so much for sending me here. I've had a most interesting time.
We thought you were still in your room, Miss Roger.
Oh, sorry, I got up early. I had to see the Dean.
The Dean?
Yes, what a strange man he is. Does he always sleep on the stairs?
Only when his wife's away.
Tell me, did he give you his opinion of me?
No, I went to tell him not to bother.
Oh, why?
Because the Archdeacon gave me his last night.
Really? Oh, thank you, Henry, dear old friend.
Not at all, Bishop. It was a pleasure.
Well, do you want to interview me now, my dear?
Oh, can't we have some breakfast first?
There isn't any, I'm afraid.
Yes, there is. I've bought some.
You have?
Oh, nothing much. Just eggs, bacon, sausages.
Sausages? You know my appetite's returning already. Here, Newt, here you are. Go and cook them.
Right, my lord. Shan't be a jiffy.
Come on, shall we go into the dining room, my dear?
But what about the Archdeacon?
Oh, Henry, have you had breakfast?
I'm afraid so, Bishop.
Couldn't you eat another?
I could try, couldn't I?
Yes, Henry, and knowing you, I expect you'll succeed. Now, my dear, there are one or two of my speeches that I'd rather like to read you, and I've had them specially copied out for you.
Yes.
My views on women priests. Now, I take the line that if you could just...
Episode of All Gas and Gaiters, the parts were played as follows. The Archdeacon, Robertson Hare, the Bishop, William Mervyn, the Dean, John Barron, the Chaplain, Jonathan Cecil, Tony Rogers, Margaret Woolton. The Bishop is Hospitable was written for television and adapted for radio by Pauline Devaney and Edwin Apps. The program was produced by John Dye.
present All Gas and Gaiters. The Bishop gives a present. Starring Robertson Hare, William Mervyn, John Barron, and Jonathan Cecil, with this week's special guest, Joan Sanderson, as Mrs. Pew Critchley. In the Bishop's study, the Reverend Mervyn Newt, domestic chaplain to the Bishop of St. Og's, sits reading a magazine.
Well.
Newt!
Oh, my lord, you're back.
I am Newt.
I didn't hear you come in.
So I noticed. May I ask what has so captured your attention in that periodical?
Oh, this. Oh, it's nothing, my lord. Just a woman's magazine.
A woman's magazine?
Yes, it was delivered with the papers after you left this morning. It's called Her.
Really, never mind what it's called, Newt. What I want to know is, why are you sitting reading it in the middle of the afternoon instead of getting on with some work?
I'm sorry, my lord. I didn't mean to, but one of the articles caught my eye.
What sort of an article, Newt?
A medical article.
Yes, just as I feared. Really, Newt, do you think you're wise to read that sort of thing?
Oh, yes, my lord. It's taught me something about women I didn't know before.
I don't doubt that, Newt.
But it is probably something you don't know either, my lord.
I don't doubt that either.
You see, elephants don't have any trouble. And that's because however heavy their load, they never stop moving their legs.
Newt, what on earth are you talking about?
Varicose veins, my lord.
Oh, so then it really is a medical article?
Well, of course. I mean, what did you think it was?
Well, never mind what I thought it was, Newt. Don't you want to know how I got on?
Oh, yes, of course, my lord. Did you manage to find a silver biscuit barrel for the Dean?
Yes, I did, Newt, after tramping round half the jewellers in London. Would you like to see it?
Oh, yes, very much, my lord.
Oh, well, here we are, Newt. Now, what do you think?
Have you had it engraved?
No, there wasn't time. Besides, have you any idea what it would have cost? Pew Critchley is a very long name, Newt.
Yes, I didn't think of that. Well, how much is my share?
You and the Archdeacon each owe me £10.
Oh, do we?
Oh, do you think that's too much?
Well, no, my lord, but I'm afraid the Archdeacon will.
Yes, you could be right, Newt. I've noticed Henry's not exactly keen on the idea of giving a present to the Dean.
He certainly isn't. Do you know he came round just after you left this morning to stop you?
Henry did?
Yes, and when I told him he was too late, he was very cross. Oh, that'll probably be him now. Shall I go and let him in?
If you would, Newt, yes.
Right, my lord.
Now, let's have a look at this magazine. Oh, good gracious. So that's what they wear under a see-through dress.
The Archdeacon, my lord.
Ah, hello, Henry. I'm sorry you missed me this morning.
So was I, Bishop.
However, nothing you could have said would have stopped me. There wasn't any choice. We simply had to buy the Dean a present for his silver wedding.
I disagree.
But surely, Archdeacon, 25 years of marriage is an achievement.
For his wife. Possibly.
Really, come along, Henry. Even you must admit that some credit is due to the Dean.
Not after last night, Bishop.
Last night? What happened last night?
I saw him in Bridge Street with a blonde.
The Dean?
You can't have done, Archdeacon.
But I did.
What was he doing?
Coming out of her house.
When was this?
After 10 o'clock.
Crikey Moses!
Did you speak to him, Henry?
No, Bishop. He didn't see me.
But Henry, are you seriously suggesting the Dean is deceiving his wife on the eve of their silver wedding?
I am, Bishop.
But that means he's a whited sepulchre, Archdeacon.
Yes, and it means we needn't give him a present either.
Oh, Henry, really, don't you think you might be reading rather more into this incident than there is?
Well, he's at a dangerous age.
Oh, rubbish, Henry. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I say steady on, Bishop.
No, Henry, I mean it. To come creeping round here with nasty, mean little bits of gossip just because you don't want to give the Dean a present, it's unworthy of you.
I'm sorry, Bishop.
And I should jolly well hope you are. Why are you so against giving the poor man a present anyway?
Because he keeps asking for one.
Well, yes, he has dropped dropped rather a lot of hints about biscuit barrels, my lord, hasn't he?
Oh, well, I suppose he's dropped a few.
A few?
Oh, all right, Henry, more than a few.
Well, frankly, I think it's been most embarrassing.
Nothing like as embarrassing, Newt, as it would be if we let the occasion pass unmarked. Remember, both of you, we have to work with the Dean.
Point taken, Bishop.
Good, Henry. Now, let me show it to you. There. Now, what do you think of that?
Very nice.
Your share, Archdeacon, is £10.
£10? For that?
Oh, well, it's all I could find, Henry. And at the present price of silver, it was a bargain at £21.
Did you say £21, my lord?
Yes, well, that, of course, includes the box, Newt.
3s into 21. 2 7s are 14. 3 7s
Oh,
are 20.
Newt, what are you mumbling about?
Oh, my lord, I think you must have made a mistake, don't you, Archdeacon?
I hope so.
A mistake?
Yes, you see, if the biscuit barrel costs £21 and the Archdeacon and I give £10 each, that means that you're only giving £1.
Well, what about my expenses?
Oh, well, of course, the train fare to London, yes, let me see. That's £2 return.
Not first class, it isn't, Newt. And then there was my lunch on the way back.
Well, surely that doesn't add up to £9, my lord.
It does with taxes. You'll be very surprised, Henry.
Yes, Bishop, I am.
Would you mind waiting a little while for me to pay, my lord?
No, of course not, Newt, of course. When do you think you'll be ready?
Well, could we say the end of the month?
Of course. And you, Henry?
How about the end of the year?
Oh, really, Henry, £10 isn't such a lot of money to find.
It is when it's for the Dean, Bishop.
Oh, I know, dear old friend. But if he responds to our gesture, as I think he will, I promise you'll get good value for money.
Not as good as you've had, Bishop.
Oh, see who that is, will you, Newt?
Yes, my lord.
Now then, come along, Henry, let's sit down.
Oh, thank you, Bishop.
Oh, don't sit on that magazine, Henry.
Hello, what's this?
Oh, it's just a copy of Her, Henry.
Really? Gracious.
What is it, Henry?
I shouldn't have thought there was much support in that.
It's the Dean, my lord.
Oh, you better put that biscuit barrel back in its box, Newt.
Right.
I wonder what he can want.
I expect he's come to drop another hint.
Oh, well, we'll soon see. You better ask him to come in, would you, Newt?
Yes, my lord. Will you come in, Dean?
Thank you. Good afternoon, my lord, Archdeacon.
Good afternoon, Dean.
Afternoon, Dean.
Tell me, Dean, what can I do for you?
Nothing, my lord. I just thought I would call to remind you what tomorrow is.
What did I say?
I beg your pardon, Archdeacon?
Granted.
I'm just going around the close to make sure that no one forgets.
Well, frankly, Dean, after the reminders you've been giving us during the past month, I don't think you need have any fear of that.
Oh, don't you? Splendid. Still, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Well, yes, I suppose that's one way of looking at it.
It's certainly mine, my lord. Oh, by the way, my lord, you will wear cope and mitre at matins, won't you?
Cope and mitre? Whatever for?
In honour of the occasion.
Oh, now, Dean, really, you've gone too far.
Much too far.
But the blessed St. Og is our patron saint.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Tomorrow is his festal day.
Oh, my dear Dean, I didn't realise you were talking about St. Og's Day.
Then what did you think I was talking about?
Your silver wedding. I'm sorry, Dean. Yes, that was a bit of a mistake.
Of course, it is rather an amusing one.
Yes. Henry?
Yes, extremely, Bishop.
One moment! My lord.
Yes, Dean?
Why should you think I would remind you about my silver wedding?
Well, I didn't mean remind exactly. It was just, well...
Drop a hint.
Yes, drop a hint.
But why should I drop hints about my silver wedding?
Well, Dean, I just thought you wouldn't want the day to pass entirely unmarked.
I trust you were not suggesting that I was fishing for gifts.
No, not fishing, exactly.
But we have got you a gift, Dean.
I know.
Yes, Dean, it's in this box. Won't you take it with you?
I'm sorry, my lord, I don't wish to appear ungracious, but I'm not sure that I can accept a gift that is not freely given.
Oh, but this is freely given from us all, isn't it, Henry?
Yes. Especially from you, Bishop.
But if you imagine that I was dropping hints...
Oh, no, Dean. We insist you have it.
It's a biscuit barrel.
A biscuit barrel? Oh, but that is something I've always wanted. How did you know?
How indeed.
Well, let's call it intuition, Dean.
Oh, I'm absolutely delighted. I will take it and show it to Grace at once.
Oh, please do, Dean. And tell me, how is dear Mrs. Pugh Critchley? Busy with her preparations for tomorrow?
I imagine so, my lord.
Don't you know, Dean?
No, I fear not, Newt. I've been out so much lately that we've hardly seen each other.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Dean.
There's no need to be, my lord. After all, we have been married for 25 years.
Yes, of course. We bachelors don't understand much about marriage.
No, you could hardly expect to. Well, good afternoon, and thank you so much for the biscuit barrel. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dean. Ah, well, Newt, we've just got time to do the mail before tea.
Right, my lord.
Henry, I expect you're rushing off somewhere.
No, Bishop.
But I thought you had to chair the Ways and Means Committee.
I'm in no hurry.
Oh, aren't you? Then what are your plans?
I thought I'd just glance at this magazine.
There's a very good article in it, Archdeacon.
Is there?
Yes, it's about women's legs.
Really? Oh, I must see that.
My dear Henry, I did not know that you were interested in varicose veins.
Varicose veins? Well, I thought Newt said...
We all know what you thought, Henry. Now, Newt, come along, let's get on with some work.
Right, my lord.
These are the diocesan confirmation returns, are they?
Yes, my lord, but only up till Easter.
I see. Henry, do you mind? We're trying to work.
Oh, sorry, Bishop. It's this letter.
What letter?
Oh, is that the problem page, Archdeacon?
It certainly is.
That's Marjorie Holmes's column, my lord. It's really awfully good.
Yes, and so are the letters. Look at this one.
Which one, Henry?
This one, Bishop. Confused of Plymouth.
Good gracious. What an extraordinary suggestion for a milkman to make.
Yes, and in Lent, too. Isn't it surprising how people can be so frank?
It certainly is, Newt. Now, come along, we mustn't waste time.
Oh, look, my lord, look. There's one from St. Oggs.
Where?
Here, worried St. Oggs. I am afraid my husband doesn't love me anymore.
Oh, dear me.
Tut, tut.
He has always been a home bird, but has suddenly started going out at nights. I have never used lipstick, but when I did the washing last week, I noticed a great smear of it on his handkerchief.
Not too good, Henry.
No, Bishop. Very careless of him.
I don't know where to turn for help. If I told anyone, I'm sure they wouldn't believe me, as he holds an important public office.
What? Wait a moment. It must be somebody we know.
Must it, my lord?
Well, there aren't many important public offices in St. Oggs.
Could it be the mayor?
No, he's a bachelor.
Oh, yes. What about the new headmaster of the comprehensive school?
Ah, I wonder. Yes. He's married, certainly, but does his wife wear lipstick?
Yes, Bishop. Peachy pink.
How on earth do you know that, Henry?
I asked her.
Oh, really? Go on reading, Newt. It may become clear.
Holds important public office and is well known for his strong Christian principles.
Then it's certainly not the headmaster. I wonder who it can be. Is that the end, Newt?
No, my lord, there's a bit more, but it's not very helpful.
Oh, pity, but what's it say?
Only that they're about to celebrate their silver wedding.
What? Great heavens!
But that's no help, my lord.
No help? Are you mad?
But I mean, lots of people could be about to celebrate their silver wedding. The Dean, for example.
Precisely, Newt. The Dean.
Yes, but... Crikey Moses!
I told you he was with a blonde, Bishop.
Yes, Henry, and I'm afraid you were right.
Yes, but it's not possible. I mean, you said yourself the Archdeacon was assuming too much from that incident.
Ah, that was before I read this letter, Newt.
Yes, but it could be a coincidence.
Oh, one thing could be, that's true, but not three. Important public office, strong Christian principles, and a silver wedding.
And no lipstick.
Yes, that too, Henry. How many women are there in St. Oggs besides Mrs. Pugh Critchley who don't use lipstick?
Well, dozens, my lord. There's the precentor's mother.
I am talking about women under 90.
Oh, yes. What about Deaconess Salgrave?
Oh, well, yes, I'll give you Deaconess Salgrave.
No, Bishop.
But surely she doesn't wear lipstick, Henry?
Yes, she does. On Saturday nights.
Are you sure, Archdeacon?
Yes, I happen to know.
Oh, but the Dean and Mrs. Pugh Critchley are such a devoted couple.
They may appear so, Newt, but who knows what goes on when they are alone in the deanery and the doors are shut.
Hello.
Is that Eastman's the jewellers? Mr. Eastman, this is Mrs. Pugh Critchley speaking. I'm ringing to let you know the biscuit barrel has arrived. Yes, I'm sure my husband will be delighted with it.
Grace, I'm here. Where are you?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Eastman. Good day. In the morning room, Lado.
Ah, Grace, my love.
You're back early, Lado. What have you got in that box?
It's from the palace, my love. They've given us a present.
I should hope they have, after all you've done for them. What is it?
A biscuit barrel.
A biscuit barrel?
Well, you know I've always wanted one, my love.
Yes, dear. I know you have.
I hoped we might have had your father's, but he left it to Ethel.
Yes, dear. And I always said he shouldn't have done that.
I must say it's very gratifying to think that we shall have one at last.
But how did they know?
Between ourselves, my love. I dropped a hint.
Oh, Lionel, should you have done that?
I felt I had to, Grace, or goodness knows what they would have come up with.
That's true. Well, now you're back, I'll go and make tea.
No, my love, I have to go out.
Oh, Lionel, not again.
I fear so.
But you've been out every evening for weeks.
It can't be helped, Grace.
Well, what is it this time? The Ways and Means Committee, I suppose.
They are meeting, yes, my love.
Well, it's a great pity they can't find someone else to take the chair. You're far too conscientious. How long will you be?
Some time. Goodbye, my love.
Lionel,
Yes, my love.
does this mean you won't be back for at least half an hour?
I'm afraid so. Why do you ask?
Nothing. I was just thinking of tea.
Of course. Well, goodbye.
Oh, dear. Now what am I going to do?
To think of it. The Dean of all people, forming an illicit union.
Yes, and keeping a mistress too.
I just can't believe it.
Well, it's no good taking that attitude, Newt. We've got to face up to it.
Yes, of course, my lord. Tell me, what will you do?
Well, I haven't decided yet, Newt. I shall, of course, discuss the matter with the Chancellor, and then I suppose take it up with Lambert.
No. No, I mean at the human level. What will you say to Mrs. Pugh Critchley?
Oh, nothing, of course.
But isn't it your duty as her bishop?
My dear Newt, Mrs. Pugh Critchley has chosen to ask Marjorie Holmes for advice, and frankly, I'm very relieved she has, because I wouldn't know what to say to her. Oh, see who that is, will you?
Yes, my lord. The Palace and Dogs, the bishop's chaplain speaking. Oh, good. Yes. Yes. Well, yes. Yes, I'll tell him. Goodbye. That was Mrs. Pugh Critchley.
What did she want?
She's coming over to see you privately on a delicate matter.
Hey, oh, no, she can't. I mean, I wouldn't know what to say to her. This is a nightmare. What can I do? Henry, for goodness sake, suggest something.
You could try this magazine, Bishop.
What?
Yes, my lord. Marjorie Holmes's advice is always awfully good. Shall I read you what she says?
Well, I suppose you may as well, Newt. There's nothing else.
Wait a minute, here we are. Your husband is at a dangerous age.
What did I say?
I'm getting fed up with what you say, Henry.
You say you don't wear lipstick. Have you let yourself go? Are you still the bride he married? A little lipstick can work wonders.
Lipstick? What's the good of lipstick? I can just see myself recommending Mrs. Pugh Critchley to use lipstick.
But it might work, my lord. It does make a difference to ladies, doesn't it, Archdeacon?
It certainly does. To Deaconess Salgrave. Here, Bishop, give her this.
What? Henry, what's this?
A lipstick, Bishop. Peachy pink.
Archdeacon, is that what the headmaster's wife uses?
Yes, but I bought it for another lady friend of mine.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Henry. Go on, Newt.
However, if you don't feel this will help, why not talk the problem over with someone who knows you both, your doctor or a family friend? It could be there is something wrong with the intimate side of your marriage. Oh, dear. It looks as though Mrs. Pugh Critchley must have decided lipstick won't help, and so she's coming to talk to you, my lord, about about what it said.
Oh, well, why didn't she choose the doctor? What am I going to do? I've got nothing to say to her.
I don't know, but she'll be here any minute. She said she was coming straight over.
What? Henry, you'll have to talk to her for me.
Sorry, Bishop, I'm off.
Oh, but Henry, no, you can't leave me like that.
Yes, I can, Bishop.
Are you going to the Ways and Means Committee, Archdeacon?
Yes.
Yes, well, I'll come with you.
Oh, no, but you're not on the Ways and Means Committee, Newt.
No, my lord, but I've got to catch the post. Come on, Archdeacon, here's your hat.
Thanks, Newt.
I'll just open the door, and, Mrs. Pugh Critchley, yes, excuse us, we're in rather a hurry. Come on, Archdeacon.
Coming.
How very
But Henry, you can't leave me to deal with this. What do I know about the intimate side of marriage? Dear lady.
Ah, Bishop, I wanted to see you.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather see a doctor?
The doctor? Why should I want the doctor?
Well, I just thought he might be more help.
Really, Bishop, if this is a joke, I'm afraid I don't quite see the humour of
Oh,
it.
I'm very sorry, my dear lady. Won't you come into the study?
Thank you.
Do sit down, won't you?
Thank you, Bishop. I've come to talk about Lionel.
Yes, I was rather afraid you had.
I'll come straight to the point. Bishop, there are some things in life a man doesn't need two of.
No, dear lady, indeed.
You agree?
Decidedly, dear lady. I will go further. There are some things a man has no right to have two of.
Ah, then you won't blame me for speaking out when I find poor dear Lionel in this position.
On the contrary, madam, I admire the way that you are facing up to the situation.
Thank you, Bishop.
Not at all, not at all.
Right, well, now, the only problem then is which one is he to have?
But, my dear lady, there can be no question. Yours is the prior claim.
That's just what I hoped you'd say. That settles that.
Yeah, just one moment, dear lady. Shouldn't we ask ourselves how this situation arose in the first place?
Ah, well, of course, I admit it's all Lionel's fault.
All his fault?
Oh, definitely, but I can't blame him. You see, he's always wanted one.
He has? Always?
Oh, yes. Throughout our marriage, it's become almost an obsession with him.
Oh, I see. Dear lady, you don't have to answer this if you find it too embarrassing, but have you ever asked yourself why he has this obsession?
No, I can't say that I have.
You don't think it perhaps is due to some failure on your part?
Me?
Well, is there something perhaps that you should have done and haven't?
I don't think so. I've always made every effort not to let them go soft.
Perhaps we should ask ourselves what this other woman has to offer him.
Woman? What woman?
Well, the woman we've been talking about.
But I've been talking about a biscuit barrel.
A biscuit barrel?
Of course. You've bought him a biscuit barrel, so have I. He doesn't need two biscuit barrels.
My dear Mrs. Buke-Critchley, we appear to have been at cross purposes.
But what's this about a woman?
Well, dear lady, I am afraid I assumed you wished to talk to me about that problem after seeing the letter.
What letter?
Well, the one in this magazine. Look.
Surely you don't take her, Bishop.
No, of course I don't. It was wrongly delivered.
No, it's probably mine. I haven't had this week's.
Then you haven't seen your letter?
My letter? Well, I haven't written any letter.
Surely you can't deny that this is your letter. Read it.
Oh. From Worried, St. Oggs. I'm afraid my husband doesn't love me anymore. He's always been a home bird, but has suddenly started going out at night. You really don't think I wrote this?
Well, if you didn't, who did?
I should think it was Sylvia Cleghorn.
What, the wife of the chairman of the water board? But I mean, he's a man of strong Christian principles.
Possibly, but he left for Dublin with his secretary on Wednesday.
I can't believe it.
You can't, Bishop, can't you? Yet you're prepared to believe it of your own dean.
Ah, yes, but only after he'd been seen in Bridge Street with a blonde.
Lionel? In Bridge Street? Who saw him?
The Archdeacon.
Ah, the Archdeacon. And when, pray, did the Archdeacon see him?
Last night after 10 o'clock.
I see. Well, Bishop, I've heard quite enough of this nonsense. Will you please ring Lionel at once?
No, dear lady, do not let us be too hasty.
Please do as I say.
Well, where is he?
Taking the chair at the Ways and Means Committee.
Right. But he isn't.
I tell you, he is.
But it can't be. The Archdeacon is taking it.
Fiddlesticks. Lionel is. He told me so himself not a quarter of an hour ago.
Oh.
My lord. Am I interrupting?
Yes, you are, Newt, but don't apologise.
I've just seen him.
Who?
The Dean.
Speak up.
The Dean!
Lionel? Where? At the Ways and Means Committee?
No, in Bridge Street.
Bridge Street?
Yes, I was posting the letters in that pillar box on the corner, and I was checking that the post hadn't gone, because you know that they sometimes...
Oh, never mind about all that, Newt. What was the Dean doing?
Well, he was with a lady. A fair-haired lady.
You mean he was talking to her?
No, he was going into her house.
What did I tell you, madam?
Oh, I can't believe it. Lionel with another woman. After all these years. It's too much.
Quick, do quick. A glass of sherry for Mrs. Pugh Critchley.
Yes, my lord.
Dear lady, don't upset yourself, don't, please. Here, drink this.
Bishop, I never drink.
Well, now's the time to start.
Oh, very well. I just don't understand it. What shall I do? What shall I do? Bishop, you must advise me.
Oh, no, dear lady, I'm afraid I can't.
Well, someone must.
Well, don't worry, Mrs. Pugh Critchley. Marjorie Holmes already has. You see, the thing is, your husband is at the dangerous age, and you've let yourself go.
How dare you? I've done nothing of the kind.
No. Well, Chaplain means, are you still the bride that your husband married?
Of course not. And after 25 years, I can assure you he's not the bridegroom either.
Oh, well, in that case, has Miss Holmes got any other advice, Newt?
Only lipstick, my lord.
Oh, yes, of course. Have you ever thought of using lipstick?
Lipstick? Of course not. Lionel hates lipstick.
Are you sure?
Of course I am. He says it's thoroughly unhygienic and an insult to womanhood.
I see. Newt, was the woman in Bridge Street using lipstick?
Yes, my lord, she certainly was.
There. Perhaps he doesn't hate it quite as much as you think.
But I don't understand.
Well, why don't you try some, Mrs. Pugh Critchley?
No, I couldn't.
Look, I've got a lipstick here. Why don't you go upstairs to the bathroom, put it on, then come down and show us?
Oh, yes, Marjorie Holmes says it can work wonders.
But will it really make such a difference?
How can we tell, dear lady, unless you agree to try it?
Well, perhaps, Bishop, if you say so.
I do. Here you are. Now, up you go to the bathroom and bring us down a lovely surprise.
Well, if you put it like that, Bishop, how can I refuse?
Oh, you can't, dear lady, you can't. I won't allow it. Up you go.
Oh, very well, Bishop, and thank you. I shan't be long.
Take your time, dear lady, take your time.
Oh, my lord, you were wonderful.
Oh, thank you, Newt.
I don't know how you did it.
Oh, well, it's just one of those moments, Newt, when one knows without question that one is doing the right thing. Oh, see who that is, will you?
Yes, my lord. Ah, Dean, do come in.
Thank you, Newt. Back again, my lord.
Ah, so I see, Dean.
I wonder if I might leave this parcel here tonight. It's my present to my wife.
Of course, Dean. Put it here on the hall table.
You're still giving her a present then, Dean?
What do you mean?
My chaplain has just seen you in Bridge Street, Dean.
Indeed.
Yes, Dean, with the fair lady.
Oh, you mean Mrs. Johnson?
Oh, is that her name?
I gather, Dean, you've been seeing quite a lot of Mrs. Johnson recently.
Almost every night for the past 3 weeks, my lord. Still, the result is worth it.
The result? What result?
This, my lord. There. What do you think of that?
Oh, isn't it nice? Look, my lord, a bust of the Dean. Did Mrs. Johnson do that?
Indeed, she did a fine piece of work, don't you think?
But we thought...
Quiet. Is that all that you've been doing in Bridge Street, Dean?
Oh, what else is there to do, my lord? It's not a very agreeable neighbourhood.
No, well, that's why we thought...
Quiet. Well, Dean, let's not keep you.
No, my lord, I must hurry home to Grace.
Oh, but Dean, look...
Quiet,
No, but look, my lord, it's no good the Dean going home to find Mrs. Pugh Critchley when all the time that she's up there in the...
Bishop!
Grace? Do I hear Grace upstairs?
I've put it on, but I can't for the life of me see what difference it... Lionel!
Grace, what are you doing here, my love?
You don't call me that, please.
Don't call you what?
Your love.
Why on earth not?
You know quite well why not.
No, my love, I don't. What are you talking about? And what have you got on your mouth?
Lipstick, can't you see?
But you know I detest lipstick.
I know you say you do.
What does that mean?
Well, doesn't it depend who's wearing it?
Come on, Newt, quickly.
Where are you going, my lord?
Into the study. Shut the door.
What are you doing, my lord?
I am ringing Miss Marjorie Holmes, Newt. It seems to me we're definitely going to need some very good advice.
In that episode of All Gas and Gaiters, the parts were played as follows. The Archdeacon, Robertson Hare, the Bishop, William Mervyn, the Dean, John Barron, the Chaplain, Jonathan Cecil, Mrs. Pugh Critchley, Joan Sanderson. The Bishop Gives a Present was written for television and adapted for radio by Pauline Devaney and Edwin Apps. The program was produced by John Dias.